Welcome everyone to this live stream where we have the the semi-finals of the WR Chess 2024. This is going to be a fantastic day of chess as two of India's brightest young talents face off against each other, and two France's top players also face off against each other. So this is going to be very exciting and everything to play for. We have on our screen right now on the right Arjun Erigaisi and Pragnananda, and on the left we have MVL and Alireza Firouzja. So guys in the chat, I hope you guys are looking forward to this clash. I'm very excited. I'm super pumped up, in fact, because one of these players from India will reach the finals, and there is a lot to enjoy there about it. And also one from France, so it's India France kind of an event now. And yeah, a big shout out to everyone who's watching this live. Two French versus two Indians. Actually, you all are incorrect, says Pal Lavum. Yeah, maybe there will be only one French versus one Indian. But Pragg versus Arjun. Now they have such an amazing rivalry or friendship between them, and it's so nice to see. We call them the walking buddies because they generally go for a walk together during events. Here, I believe they have no time to go on a walk because the rounds are so intense. I can tell you from my personal experience, there's time for nothing. You just eat, sleep, play chess, repeat. That's how it is. But we'll see if both of them are able to keep up their stamina intact here. It's not going to be easy for both of them. I'm also going to put up a poll very soon. Pragg versus Arjun in the World Cup was epic. You are right. So right. It was one of the most exciting matches. Both of them just did not give up. They fought till the bitter end. They were never ever giving up. And I think that was just tremendous what they managed to do there. And let me see if I can get things on the screen now so that you all can enjoy this matchup. Yes, there we go. Hello everyone, welcome. I should switch off that light, right? That would be very cool. Let me just switch it off and then come back. Oh, there you go. Now it's all good. And okay, let's put up a poll first of all so that you all can enjoy it. First of all, a huge welcome to everyone in the chat. Guys, are you enjoying this streaming or are you enjoying this tournament? Please tell me. How are you feeling? I would love to know your thoughts. Yes, 28. Yes. Enjoying. Mithun says yes. Rishabh says no. Arey bhai Rishabh. I wish we could see Arjun and Pragg in finals. True. We would have also loved to see that, but then again, semi-finals, at least make sure that one of them goes to the finals, which is also a nice thing, at the end of the day. Let's see if I can make this work. The bars, and yep, there we have it. Interact, WR chess, add selected bars. Okay, I think we have it almost. there you have the bars right at the bottom. And right here, we're going to put 2 games. Okay. So let's go through the opening moves. What happened here? Arjun opened the game with 1 e4. Pragg played e5. Knight came out. Knight c6. Bishop b5. The Ruy Lopez on the board. a6. Bishop a4. b5 played by Pragg. Bishop b3. And now he just went after Arjun's bishop with knight a5. Now for this is actually considered to be not the most popular way to play, but recently we did see a top player playing this opening. Guys, anyone knows who the top player was who played this? I think Pragg has surprised Arjun, given him the first surprise. Sankalp Sunkari, well done. It was Shakhriyar Mamedyarov who played it at the Global Chess League recently. We saw that very exciting opening, and I was myself a bit surprised that, oh, he's playing this, because it doesn't feel like something very normal. Like you can take here. The first question, of course, comes to mind is what happens if I take on e5. So you take the bishop, ab. And now what is the good move here for black? Let's see how many of you are able to answer this. Black to play. Owlite says, can white go bishop d5? But Owlite, if you went bishop d5, I could hit it with c6, no? Pal Lahum says, are you coming to Shillong via Guwahati airport? Yes, most likely. It's the easiest way, right, to reach there. Yes, I like Balaji C's answer a lot. And I think that is a better move. Parikshit Jain, also well done. So, Queen G5 is the move that I was looking for. Also, Queen E7, not bad, because I do attack the knight and the pawn. And if you play D4, I can go D6 and I will eventually win this pawn. But Queen G5, I think, wins another pawn, which is slightly more, it breaks up white structure. And black is doing okay here. So, maybe this is also a way to play, but Arjun very quickly castled it out. And now Pragnananda pushed his pawn to d6, protecting the pawn. And now Arjun, after 4 minutes of thought, quite a lot of thought, I must say, goes rook e1. So Arjun maybe was remembering his prep or is out of the prep, but Pragnananda's opening might have done that small little surprise to Arjun, which is good news for Pragg fans here. Yeah, did I put the poll? 1 second. I have to put up the poll here. Who are you rooting for? Arjun, Erigaisi, Pragnananda, and I think I'll also put the other 2 players, Firouzja or MVL. These are the 4 players. So let's start a poll. Now, guys, if you think about it, in this position, Pragg has gone on and chopped off the pawn and then played a very aggressive move g5, and then he got up from the board and he's gone away. Rohit Kumar Jha says whoever wins the event without going into tie breaks will gain 27.2 FIDE circuit points. That's really huge. Why? Because I think we have this thing here. No, not we'll be back. We are here. Don't worry about this. Because if Arjun gets 27 points, he will surpass Nodirbek on the FIDE circuit. So there is a lot to play for, guys. He will surpass Nodirbek and he will become, he will receive that candidate spot. Chances of him getting that candidate spot is very high. So very important. So G5 is a very surprising move. Now for Arjun, there is a lot at stake. For Pragg, I feel that Pragg never really cares what is at stake. He just keeps playing chess. And there's a saying, a flank attack must be met with. So guys, tell me, a flank attack, Vivek Madi, the circuit will end at the end of this year. So 31st December. Yes, an attack in the center. Arindam Basu, Horror Goofy, all of you who have said attack in the center. So my first intention goes towards the move d4. I want to push the pawn forward and I want to see if this works out. Clearly this would be a great move, but what will black play now? Guys, what will black play? Yes. Sendil Nathan, Parikshit Jain, Sanket, Arindam Basu, Anonymous, Curious Cult, Ahmad Faiz, G4. And at this point, you have to do something with your knight. But this knight doesn't really have great squares. I could go to G5. H4 is already hanging. Knight D2 is possible. But you do lose a pawn. And maybe this is something worth investigating. Because I still feel that black has overextended himself terribly. But Arjun played a very calm move d3. And he's attacking this pawn with the knight and bishop. And it's not so easy to continue. Here, for black, I would say that pushing the pawn makes the most sense. But Pragg is thinking, he's not making his moves. I think Pragg would have prepared heavily for d4. This is also one of the things that top level players do. They see that d4 must be the main line of Pragg's prep. Let me go into a slightly offbeat move where he would have less preparation. And let's have a game. And it seems to have worked, at least for now. Hardik Anand says candidate spot is decided by World Cup and Grand Swiss. So, if I am not mistaken, 2 spots will go via FIDE circuit. One for 2025, other for 2024. 2. Then World Cup will have maybe 2 spots or 3. I think last time there were 3, right? Or there were 2. 2 from World Cup, 1 from Grand Swiss. So that's 5. Or 2 from Grand Swiss. 3 World Cup. So 3 World Cup, 2 Grand Swiss, 2 FIDE circuit. And there was a challenger spot which now has been removed. Human says this time World Cup 3, Grand Swiss 2. Is rating spot still there? I don't know if rating spot is still there, but yeah, if rating spot, so then it's rating spot, 2 FIDE circuit spots, 3 World Cup spots, and 2 Grand Swiss spots. Okay, got it. So Arjun can fight for all spots. Magnus will take the rating spot if he wants to play this year's candidates, which he might choose to play if Gukesh wins. So I think the next cycle will get very interesting, because let's say if Gukesh wins the world title, he'll become the world champion. Then we will have candidates where perhaps Arjun, Nodirbek, Pragg, everyone will qualify, the youngsters. We'll also have Fabi, maybe one or two of the experienced guys. And then Magnus will be like, okay, if I have to beat Gukesh now, I have to play the candidates. So he will play with the rating spot. Yeah. Okay. Now, after D3, Pragg is thinking. So it's time to head over to our next board. This one is between Maxim and Firouzja. Let's just set this one, the bars up here. There you have it. Shubh Sharma asks, can anyone reach 2900 or it's impossible? Well, I guess it's not impossible for sure, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Maybe the one player who is right now looking like he might be able to do it is Arjun. He's like, the ease with which he's closing in on 2800 shows that it is feasible for him. But then again, once you reach 2800, it's an entirely different ball game. Yes, today is my game with Levy and James Canty at 5:30 p.m. UK time, which is 10 p.m. Indian time. So maybe I'll start the second round stream, and in that I will try and stream it. So knight f3, e6, c3, knight f6. So Maxim goes e4, Alireza plays c5, and now he plays c3. So a slightly offbeat move order here. Generally you play d4, but MVL played c3. Firouzja went knight f6. Now he's provoking e5, and which is what Maxim does. Knight jumps into the center. a3 is played. Now I guess d4 would be the most natural and normal move, but he wanted to play maybe c4, and the knight would jump to b4, and so he decided to first go a3, b6, d4, cd, or maybe this a3 was just played so that after d4 pawn takes, there's no check. Maybe that was the reason. I'm not sure. So he played a3, b6, d4, takes, bishop b7, and Maxim plays bishop to d3. And this is the live board position we have right now. It seems like white is slightly better because of the space, but black has very nice pieces, can push in the center, castle. I like this. Sujal says, what do you think about the removal of challenger spot from the candidates? Because it has been from history that runner-up always have some perk in next championship. Yeah, it's interesting, but I think with more and more top players playing and FIDE being able to do more things because of one spot, I think it is maybe more interesting, because the runner-up already has gotten a lot of like the prize money and everything. So playing the world championship in itself is a big perk sometimes, and then you don't need another one like to give the spot. So maybe I understand, maybe it also makes sense to have it, but if it is not there also, I think it's a fair thing, right? So right now bishop comes here, and Alireza breaks in the center with the move d6. We can see Maxim coming back to the board. He can take, but I think taking might not happen. Why don't we just simply castle here? I think this is a safe move. This is a good move, because if you were to take here, bishop takes, already the black pieces are pretty good, but the idea is just simply castle, and if black were to take, you maintain your space in the center, maybe, or maybe you can even take with the knight, with an active knight here. So a lot of possibilities in this position. And guys, remember the time control in this event, very exciting time control. 30 moves to be made in 1 hour, then next 20 moves in 30 minutes, and then the final 30 minutes to end the game. uh Sword says taking with the knight gives you an isolated pawn. Yes, Sword. So the thing is, one thing which you should always remember is, most of the easiest way to learn chess is to categorize it into some rules. That isolated pawn is bad, the square in front of isolated pawn is weak, open files are good for the rooks belong on the 7th rank, a flank attack should be met with an attack in the center, and all of this, like, there are uncountable rules, maybe hundreds of rules. But a good chess player knows these rules, but is able to break them very regularly. Say, for example, knight takes, and yes, you have an isolated pawn, and the square in front of it is kept by the knight. An experienced player will think, oh, look at my knight, it's beautifully placed in the center. So, let's say after bishop e7, you will suddenly see, oh, there is a check, and he's in trouble. He can't play knight c6, he can't play this, so he loses castling rights. So then he might have to waste time with a6, and then you are able to create play against the king in the center, and that is a small thing. So it's not only about the static factors. The static factors is something that remains for long term, but you should also observe the dynamic factors, that is the position of the pieces. Where are your pieces positioned? This is a very important thing. If you learn this, then you will become a stronger player. Guys, I think you have to really think about what I just said right now. What do you think? I know that a lot of you are writing about different things, but if you think about the positioning of your pieces, then in that sense you will be able to become a better player and not be very dogmatic. Oh, this, like, for example, even in life, for that matter, we have certain rules which help us, or for that matter in stock market, in investing, and so on. But at the right time, the people who do not follow these rules are the ones who are able to get something special at some point. Okay, let's go to the Pragg game again with Arjun, and there we see some development has happened. After d3, g4 was played by Pragg. He just pushed this pawn forward, the knight dropped back, queen came out to f6. Now this move, I'm not a big fan of this. Queen f6, knight came to c3, and Pragg has pushed his pawn to c6. So let's try to observe that here white has a small initiative because his king is castled. He has some pieces out. Black hasn't developed and has this nice center space and so on. What do you play here as white? Let's try to think, all of us together. What would you play? Vyaktitva says one who followed the rules never created history. Could be. Could be. Vivek Madi, I slept very well. In fact, today morning I did go down and did my work. So all is well. Kailum Naidu says all the best to Pragg from South Africa. Oh yes, we had this poll. Whom are you rooting for? We have 56% people saying rooting for Arjun, 33% saying Pragg, 9% Firouzja and 2% MVL. Wow. So Arjun has the most number of people who want him to win today. Yeah, many want him to cross 2800. That's agreed. So what were the moves? Dharmik Badeka says, let's go b4. I like your move, Dharmik. Very good move. Because not only do you fix this pawn, which is a weakness, you make a square for your knight to go and settle there. So very much like it. Good job. What else do we have? Eshan Atre says a very crazy move. Varun Kulkarni also said b4. f4. Okay, this move just for me, if I don't look at the engine, it's impossible to come up with it. I do understand that to queen f4, you want to go knight c4, right? Or what else? Knight c4, queen f6, and maybe knight b6 here. And then take this pawn and take this pawn. Take this bishop. And then take this. And then take this. But e takes f4. e5. I feel like this, if Arjun plays, I'll definitely go crazy. But I don't think he played this. Arjun played the very calm move. And I think a very un-Arjun like move, to be honest. Because I was wondering if Arjun would go for a move like d4. Which is similar to f4, I felt. Where you are sacking pawn after pawn. But you are getting all your pieces into the game. So this was definitely one way to play, but I guess it's not enough compensation somehow. You've given up too many pawns. It looks risky. So, not d4. He went knight f1, which is in a way a logical move. He wants to get his knight here or here and then look at these squares that are there. Also opens up the bishop. Okay, let's try to think. If you play h5 now, I was wondering if we have d4, ed. It's a way to play here. Definitely d4, ed. Knight e2 is possible, but e5, de. And now what's the winning move here, guys, for white to play? Let's see how many of you can find it. Yes, Aryan, bishop e3 looks natural, but d4 also is like, you feel like playing it. Madhesh Kumar, well done. Sendil Nathan, Om Pawar, Don Pedro, well done. Nafis. So queen takes d4, attacking this pawn is the correct move. Well done, guys. Well done. So knight f1, Pragg doesn't really take too much time. He plays his knight to e7. Okay, I'm feeling like Arjun is getting seriously better here. And as we discussed, now d4 ed might be a little tough to play e5 because now this file is closed. So you can't take here. You will just lose the queen. It's not pinned anymore. That was one of the ideas of knight e7. But you can play here knight e2, wanting to win the pawn. And after c5 is my next question to you. What do you play here as white to play? Abadi says, I love your commentary, Saga. Thank you, thank you. What do you play? Such positions, it's very important to open it up. How do you open it up? Monk chess, I like your move. Nafis, Sendil Nathan. And the move is c3. It's very strong. Because after you take, I can take with my knight, I believe. And then threaten here, here. Looking good. But Arjun is in a calmer mood today. Goes bishop e3. And he's like, oh, I'll play f4 with, d4 with prep. Pragg needs to do something about this because it's actually a very interesting game with clash of styles. Kaustub says black can play a5, but Kaustub a5, I'm very happy to play d4. You did not gain anything. And the main point is that black wants to do this. So why don't we stop it? How can we stop this move? Vyaktitva says, I usually get too scared if a pawn is so close to my king. Yes, in chess, it's very natural to have a bad experience with something and to draw the wrong conclusions. It happens all the time that you get checkmated sometimes and then you are like, oh, I don't want to play this opening or I don't want to play such structures. But in fact, nothing wrong with that. So you must stay away from this. c5, as you said, I am not a big fan of this move, especially because of a tactical error. White to play. What do you do? Here, yes, Sankalp Sunkari, well done. Knight takes b5, Om Pawar. Just take this pawn and then the rook is hanging. So that does not work at all. Bishop g7, I feel is the best move, stopping d4 and preparing castles. And I believe Pragg might do that, but Pragg isn't playing yet. He is maybe thinking about this. And maybe queen d2. And with the idea of bishop g5, so h6. And I continue with my same concept of trying for d4. But now c5 is possible. So in effect, I would say that a better rook move is rook e d1. Because now if c5, b5 is hanging, thanks to this rook pinning the pawn, the very deep point. Rook e d1, let's say castles, d4, ed, bishop d4, queen d4, queen d4, takes. This is a very sad endgame for black. He has a weakness here, a weak pawn here, the knight is jumping, and white should be able to get a big advantage. So yeah, Arjun is not rushing in with d4. He had opportunities to play d4, but then he said, "Let me just be calm. Let me develop, and I don't want to rush." Aditya Kambli says, according to you, who has the best chances to win the circuit? I feel like the circuit race this time is going to be very intense, especially because of what happened with Gukesh last year. He won in the circuit, then he went to play. The candidates won it and has now the world championship title to fight for. So it might be too early to say, because if Arjun manages to win this, he will surpass Nodirbek. But Nodirbek, I'm sure, has events lined up. Also, Arjun has Chennai Grandmasters, I believe. So there's a lot of things to play for here still. Okay, so now Bishop e3. Pragg is thinking time to head over to the next game. We see that after castles goes knight d7, knight d2, bishop e7. Alireza keeping this tension on the board. He's like, I don't want to take. I also don't. I want him to take so that my bishop gets to a better square. Arjun is playing in ECC. Yes. Avinash Srihari says, when is Chennai Grandmaster lineup being announced? I have to ask the organizing team, MGD1. Maybe in a day or two should be announced, I believe. Luke says, I thought this was last Pragg tournament of this year. I think Pragg will play in ECC. Perhaps I have to ask him. But yeah, still there's Tata Steel Chess India. There are many events that are lined up. I'm sure Pragg has a lot of things to play for still. The year doesn't end for chess players. It's chess is growing rapidly and they have to play more and more. They are getting more opportunities. So it's all great. So right now, thinking here is MVL after Alireza played very solidly. And let's head to the game of Arjun and Pragg. You're also thinking here. Pragg isn't making a move. He's at 36 minutes. Sujal says, do you think engines have ruined the essence of chess? I don't think so. I feel it's just like someone saying, don't you think social media has ruined the life of people? While there is sense in what you are saying, it is also very clear that social media has made a huge impact and also is seen as a positive catalyst for change. And I think that's the same thing with engines and chess engines, where you can actually just learn new things on the go. You can actually look at new ideas and be like, wow, they exist. Sometimes some things helps us to uncover new ideas which we never thought existed. That is why a true lover of the sport will always welcome new innovations, because the person is genuinely interested in the sport moving ahead. The person who likes his personal or her own personal success does not like too much of innovation, because they are like, oh, that just makes me weak, weaker. I have to learn new things and so on. Naveen Kedia says, why doesn't India conduct a national tournament like the US Championships? I am very keen that something like this comes up. It's the need for Indian chess that the top 10 players of the country fight it out against each other, and the entire world will look at this event because in it will have Gukesh, Arjun, Pragg, uh, Vidit, maybe Vishy, Nihal, Arvind, Raunak, Leon. Yeah, it would be epic. It could have one spot from the women's national championship winner. It could have one spot from national junior title. It could have one wildcard spot. I mean, there are many, many possibilities. Pragg is being made to think here. He's not very happy with his position. I think he's thinking about b4, knight a4, and c5. Stopping b4, but now there's knight b6, take the bishop and take the pawn. Rahul Krishna says, can I visit Chennai Grandmasters? Are audience members allowed? I'm sure they will be. I'm sure that a lot of nice promotion will happen for it. A lot of people will get to know, and you can visit for sure. So what about h5, says Vyaktitva? I think h5 is what could be possible, Vyaktitva. But then d4 is what you have to know how you're going to react to it. And Pragg is thinking about it. You know, d4, maybe bishop h6, d5 now. Very interesting move, because if c5, we already know this pawn is hanging. I think this very fact that this rook bethe bethe has gotten active. Bethe bethe is just by sitting, mere sitting has gotten active, is a great thing for white. Was Fisher correct about saying chess is all about memorization and no creative thinking? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think everything has its pros and cons, and I believe that chess is not like memorization, and that is being shown at the top level. Bhargava Adappa, thank you for becoming backer of Indian chess. That's very kind of you, Bhargava. And Pragnananda, meanwhile, has played his bishop to g7. Felt bad for Raunak this time, says Nikita Gupta. Yeah, I agree. It was pretty brutal for him, especially because he was doing so well in this tournament. It could have helped him maybe if he could beat Alireza. It would be one of the biggest matches of his career. But the thing is, there are more opportunities ahead on the road, and I'm sure that Raunak is here to stay. He has, in the last few months, gained a lot of ELO points and is now rated 2675, which is fantastic. So bishop g7 by Pragg, stopping d4, and we analyze that Arjun can either bring his knight back to push, or he can do it with queen d2, threatening here h6 and rook e d1 with the idea of d4. Queen d2 by Arjun, immediately finds it, he plays it, he's too good, too fast. Also, Pragg may not need to stop bishop g5 because there is a square here, so he might just go maybe h5 and maybe now queen g6, and should be good for black, should be fine. Sujal Patil says, can you share some thoughts of you about Bobby Fischer, that he officially never played and lost the world championship, and also 1992 Fischer versus Spassky he won. It always amazes me that there is one guy who kind of took on the entire Soviet Union single-handedly. That for me already makes Bobby Fischer a very, very big kind of an icon. The reason being that the Soviet Union used to invest a lot in chess. They used to have their champions, they would conduct their events, the champions would be supported by the government, they would have a team of seconds. And here was this one guy from Brooklyn, I think so. And he comes in and he's like, learns somewhere, just keeps playing chess, completely fanatic about it, doesn't want to do anything else rather than just play, practice, has chess running in his head, and he goes to several events and beats them and gets the title to USA. So for me, this is the biggest thing about Fischer, his kind of single-minded devotion to his trade. I would take that. What about his match with Spassky in 92? I should read it better. But if I'm not mistaken, the prize fund for the match was 5 million US dollars. And today Gukesh versus Ding match is $2.5 million. So you can see that, or euros. You can see the difference there, that it was even like 30 years ago, 32 years ago, Fischer could demand twice the amount of money what is right now. So, yeah. And so that's the reason why I found this match also very unique, that Fischer made a comeback, played good chess and beat Spassky, which shows that he was in touch with chess all these years. He was maybe not playing, but he was analyzing and stuff. Okay, so now Pragg is thinking here. He hasn't made his move yet. Going to MVL versus Firouzja. Some moves have been played after bishop e7. There was ED, bishop d6, knight c4. And you will see that white is playing around the isolated pawn, attacking here. If you drop the bishop back here, then I can play rook e1. Yeah, someone is at the door, guys. 1 second.
How are the games?
Yes, bye guys. We have Vidit Bhai joining us here. What a day. Vidit Bhai, if you want to bring the chair here. Vidit has decided to perhaps stay back for a day or so, and in between will join us. Vidit, if you can. Yeah, that's a good frame. Oh, Mumba boy, VD Bhai, welcome, welcome. Hi Vidit, VDOP. Vidit, we had a lot of interesting discussions here in the chat, right from Fischer to engines, whether they have ruined chess, whether it's only memorization, to a lot of different things. So what is your take on engines? Have they ruined chess or have they made it better?
It's both. It's never like black and white, yeah, like in life. It's always a gray area.
Yes.
So how they have ruined it is that opening preparation has now become easier and tougher at the same time. Easier as in like what the engine says at the beginning, the evaluation will stay the same. You know, it will never change. Oh, engine will never think that it's a mistake. So it's a very, the depth has increased. Plus the evaluation is very, very good of modern engines.
Got it.
So the problem is that there is less room for creativity when it comes to this. But now the approach, what many people do is, because the engine is so good, you can learn the lines faster. So you can know more. So you have to know a lot of stuff. More memory is required, a lot of memorization. So the creativity has changed.
Hmm.
Earlier, the creativity used to be, oh, you go deep in a position and try to find something, which nowadays it's not easy.
It's like how the world is evolving everywhere, right? Like, for example, shorter content, reels, like that. Also, in chess, openings are not that deep. Just
No, there are deep.
one game ideas sometimes.
Yeah, there are deep as well, but um, you can learn faster, so you need to know much more. Earlier, there used to be some players like who used to play the same line again and again, and it used to be possible to do it. But nowadays, it's a bit of an outdated approach. You need to be more versatile. You need to have more knowledge. You have to spend more time. And that's the worst part, I think. The good part is that they have shown us how chess can be played. Like, it's teaching us. It's really, really good. Oh, what is this position?
Crazy position. I will tell you all about it. But very interesting viewpoint. With it, one last question on this. If I had to ask you for your candidate's prep, if you had to put in percentage how much time you spent on opening and on other phase of the game, what would be the percentage of opening prep as compared to everything else?
In tournaments, it's mainly opening prep.
No, during candidates prep, which you did.
During candidates. The problem was I did too much of opening prep. I should have
So
done
maybe
other things.
80%.
Yeah, 80% was opening prep, yeah.
So you think that it's still, if you would have done say 50% or 60%, it could have been nicer.
Yeah, if I had the chance again, which seems very tough now, because the cycle is very demanding and it's not easy to qualify, I would change the approach. I would not do 80% opening.
Wow. This is amazing. Yeah,
sometimes
like
you learn from only experience. You have to also constantly keep evolving, you have to keep trying new things. The problem is you don't know what works, what doesn't work. There is no rules set in stone.
right. It is different for different people.
Yeah, like if you started Chess Base India again, there are a lot of things you would change.
Yes, 100%.
Like you would not follow the same path, but that you would not know. It's only wisdom comes only in hindsight. As they say, the vision is 10 out of 10 only in hindsight. Yeah, otherwise it's blurry.
Yeah.
Otherwise you need specs. Specs is the wisdom.
Then
wisdom of a learned man.
Then someone writes a book and says this is how it is to be, but it's like they wrote it in hindsight.
Yeah, they wrote it in hindsight, and also unka number chashme ka alag hai for you. They might have plus number while you have negative.
Correct.
So their wisdom might not necessarily match yours in your life.
So the
So you have to
moral of
take
the story
all the
is,
wisdom, mix it together, find your own formula, and then screw it up.
screw it up, or maybe make something nice.
That's the plan, but never happens.
I actually call it in my language, make your own soup. So you take ingredients from here, you take ingredients from here, mix it and create your own soup.
It's like how you make your tea for Amruta.
Yes.
Yes. You put so many ingredients in it. Like, don't know what, there is some special recipe for that.
It's just, I do lot of love, with love, The special ingredient is love. He's not believing.
It's also forced move, I think.
Yes, love.
Sometimes you have to find that.
You have. I think love is forced in this world. That is, don't you think? I mean,
Sagar bhai, don't make it worse.
No, not forced. I mean, it's the best move. So it's like a forced move always. Love is the forced move in the world. But people think it's okay, it's possible not to live with love, but then they realize eventually.
That way.
That way, yes. It's a forced move. But people think it's optional.
It's a very negative connotation when you say forced move,
No,
that
it's
you
actually,
have to find it,
Not find it. You have to basically just live with love. That way.
Lovely.
Okay, with it. So I will tell you.
How did Pragg get such a bad position?
So Pragg went for the Mamedyarov line, which is...
It's never a good idea to follow Mamedyarov.
Yeah. Actually, this line became popular in GCL, I think, where Mamedyarov played it twice.
Is it?
Yeah. And the point is that if you take this pawn, I take here, here, and queen g5, and I think black is doing okay. So he castled. Have you studied this ever?
Very briefly, I think the most famous game here was of some Ivanchuk or someone. A d4, ab, f6, d4.
Here,
Yeah.
instead of rook and
Yeah,
d4.
d4.
Yeah.
Ivanchuk something, there was a famous game, knight b3, ab3, f6 something. And I remember there was one key idea to play knight c3, bishop b7.
Oh yes, Dominguez Ivanchuk.
Dominguez Ivanchuk, yeah. Knight c3, bishop
Guys,
b7.
memory OP. He comes here on a short vacation that he is spending right now before his next tournament and is switched on. Switched on. I think with it you cannot take off, right? As a chess player, you are always gathering knowledge from anywhere.
Yeah, but the intensity varies. In a tournament, the intensity is very high. So I also feel I've never taken a vacation.
Oh, never.
No.
In your mind, you have never taken.
Not in my mind. Also, I've never traveled to some place just for relaxing or just having a vacation. I don't remember.
Really?
Out of city, no. I've not traveled out of city. Able to just booked a vacation spot.
We went once to Nashik.
Yeah, but out of city.
Nice point there.
Out of city. I've never like traveled the place just with the purpose of doing nothing.
I remember once you went to Udaipur or somewhere
Yeah,
Lake
City,
but
then
you
I
did
had
a
to-
simul.
I had to do simul.
Yes.
I did opening ceremony and
Yes.
stuff like this.
Yes.
So I don't remember just traveling purely for joy of vacation.
I think that has to be done, right?
Yeah, I think it's a missing part in my life.
Yes.
You know,
Why don't you take one?
I'm saving all of it for post my marriage.
Oh,
Because
one
then
who-
it's a forced move. I have to say.
taking the wrong meaning of forced move. But I think with it, that would really be a lucky thing for your future wife, because you would just be like, I have like now 1000 days that I haven't taken off. Okay.
1000 days is 3 years, bhai. उतना जिंदा रहूंगा वो भी नहीं पता.
No, so every year you generally take 1 month off. So you've lived now 29 years, but let's say till 10 years you don't need. So from 19 years into 30, that's 19 months, right?
I've slept only 5 hours. It's too much maths for me. But anyways, actually we should do a roundup of the games and then come back to it.
Yes.
Can you catch me up on the games?
So in this, guys, we will go to room 333. I will take Vidit there so that he will enjoy. It's a beautiful room. Room 333 here. The best room in this hotel is room 333.
Okay.
So we'll take you there.
Sure.
So AB, G5.
G5.
Yes, G5. What? Pragg came very aggressive mood today.
He was fast, yeah.
And here I thought Arjun would, like, Arjun style is D4, very concrete. G4, knight D2, ED, and B4, maybe something like this. I don't know, but you have to be prepared, right, to play this
Right.
way.
Arjun is an extremely practical player.
So he quickly played D3, G4, knight D2, Queen F6.
was like critical mistake, it looks like. Because you know what happened? You know, this is how a memory can play a negative role. For example, if you look at the top line of engine, it was D4, G4, knight D2, takes, B4. And here the best move engine was showing was one of the moves was Queen F6. And it
Maybe
was...
in some line, Queen F6 is very good. So Pragg
Yeah,
said-
so Pragg, so if he did not know this line, I don't think Queen F6 he would play. He would develop knight e7, bishop g7, castle. That would be his natural instinct. But because he knows this Queen F6 idea from a similar line, he thinks that here also it's good to put the queen here, you know.
And now it's all about D4, getting D4. And
Rook
Pragg,
b8, it's... Rook b8, I know why.
C5.
To play c5, yeah, exactly.
So the thing is, if you play here, by the way, the main move,
b4 is not possible.
if you play h6 or h6 to stop bishop g5, let's say h5, then rook e d1. so that this rook remains on a file and
Why
you
do play
can play
d4?
d4. So c5 met with knight b5.
Yeah.
But rook b8, the idea is if you play rook e d1 now.
But you couldn't play b4. Also possible. Yeah. b4 was supernatural. Oh, sorry.
So rook e d1 played by...
Now c5, of course, point is that you go bishop g5. And you take the knight. And then you get this knight to d5 and the other knight to f5.
Oh. So actually Pragg is just completely like he's not making the moves which are logical, right?
Also time difference, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's only move 15. And now he has to make another 15 moves in a tough position.
I found this
Can you
time
see the
control.
camera?
Yeah, here.
Arjun is not on the board.
I can show you the bigger view also.
Lovely. It's so nice to have camera feed, no?
Yes. And also we did it with very minimal resources.
Yeah, it's amazing that you will. Actually, are there cameras or anybody from chat actually who is in tech can let us know? Like from here, you can control the camera. You can zoom in, pan.
Yes.
There are cameras like this,
yes.
which you can do it.
PTZ cameras.
What?
Point to zoom cameras.
There are like
PTZ.
from here you can control it.
They were doing in GCL.
Yeah.
Inside the control room, they were moving the cameras from there. It's like there is a controller. You move it like this back and forth.
But it must be super expensive, no?
Yes.
How much it costs?
I don't know. This entire setup was very expensive there in
No,
GCL.
that's why I'm not asking GCL's price. Like normal people.
I don't know.
GCL is like ultra.
People might know.
Guys, anybody from tech? Because it would be lovely if Chessbase India has access to those cameras. I think it would make the stream quality next level. Like it'll be a big jump.
You know, Vidit, we never wanted to do this actually. In fact, even one day before, we were contacting people with cameras to come here and set it up so that we could commentate. But then it was so last moment and it was not working out. So we thought, okay, let's try it. So this is actually one of our first ever full-fledged broadcast where no one else is involved.
Oh, okay. But
from
last
scratch.
minute for one day, it's amazing that you.
Yeah, and in fact, we have had like a lot of people following it. So it's been quite interesting for people as well.
Nice. Also, I like the view. It's very nice view.
Yeah. Do you like the lamp on the top of the board? Yeah. Or was it distracting?
No, it was not distracting. And I did not think of it.
And what do you feel about the time control? As a commentator, I was enjoying it because there were...
The action is happening quickly.
There's always like, oh, now 22 minutes left and they're on move 15 moves to make. Already at the near 1 hour mark, we have some action. Otherwise, the action would happen at 3rd hour.
Yeah. I agree. I think for spectators' point of view, if you want to have classical chess, this is a very good idea. And it's very creative. Initially, I was against it, to be honest, because I felt, what is this? You know, why we are not having the tried and tested with increment and stuff. But it does make the game much faster. I had another thought to make it 15 moves, like break it down at move 15. Half hour for first 15 moves, half hour for the next 15 moves.
But you know, the 15 moves generally theory, right?
No, not really. Look at Pragg, yeah?
This
he has spent more than half hour for the first 15 moves. So the action would happen even faster.
Don't you think, like, if we make 15 minutes for first 15 moves, that would make...
No, that is too much. It's a possibility, but it's a bit too much. But we can try. Like, this 15 minutes for first 30 moves. Next 15 moves, 30 minutes.
Basically, you make a classical game into a rapid game.
Multiple rapid games. In the same game.
Yeah. It's interesting format. And I think this is what will revive classical chess, because the time control can make a huge impact.
Oh, now Arjun has to play d4.
Yeah.
Because f5 is a threat. Like strategically, black has a lot of trumps. He has 2 bishops, yeah? So white has to play d4, and I think Arjun will play. Has he sat down on board?
Yeah.
So now he is calculating d4, b4. Probably.
Taking this pawn like with b4 looks like a recipe for disaster with your king still in center.
Yeah, but it's the first move you consider. Like knight e2, queen e4.
Maybe knight g3,
Knight
queen
g3, queen
g6,
g6,
d,
bishop e5.
bishop e5, and then bishop d4 maybe.
No, you have to be more with more force. I think knight f4 is the move.
Ah,
Yeah, you need more force. Yeah. And then take the bishop. There are a lot of weaknesses.
which bishop to take?
No, knight d3, queen g7, knight d3.
Oh,
Okay, not the only move, but
wow. Okay.
I mean, knight h5 is also very tempting. But Arjun will play d4.
He played it already.
He did, yeah?
D4.
Of course. Arjun doesn't think. He's always in a rush, as if he has to catch a train. He doesn't even have lunch. I don't know why he's always in such a rush. What is happening in Maxime, Firouzja? Maybe some French, all French clash.
Yeah, all French clash here. Look at this. We have like board 1, board 2. So
Why don't you carry Stream Deck, Sagar?
I didn't know that I have to stream here. Otherwise, of course.
Otherwise you carry
Yeah,
Stream
yeah,
Deck.
Stream Deck. Stream Deck would have made it so easy.
Yeah. Although you can put this on your phone.
Oh,
Stream Deck on your phone
can happen, yeah.
And you have. There is no lack of phones here. Clearly, as guys, you can see 1, 2, 3, and it's just on the floor. Water in the bag is not. I don't know, 5, 6. Oh no, this is Abuda's phone. So 6 phones just on the floor.
No,
I don't know where.
Basically, we were traveling to the Olympiad, then we went to GCL, and all these events needed a lot of cameras. And now we came here with all the phones. And when we realized on day 1 that we had to broadcast this, we needed 8 phones for live broadcast, 8 phones for recording. So 16.
16 phones.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We had around 11 or 12. So.
And Samsung, anybody from Samsung watching, please sponsor Sagar Shah because he's such a Samsung fanboy. All his phones are Samsung. All, including his personal phone, is also Samsung. He has never changed from Samsung like in last 10 years.
Yes.
Why so much love for
I don't know.
Samsung?
I think Samsung really helped us to pick off our YouTube channel right from the first video. And we stayed true. Actually, if you look at what we
Sagar
do,
is so loyal.
Yeah, we are
even
very
for his phone, he doesn't change. Yeah?
We are quite loyal. You see, we only stream on one platform. We only use one kind of brand, perhaps. Also, one wife only. I mean, currently I have like. Oh, by the way, Vidit, today I have a tournament. Today is my match. Yes.
No? I have to do commentary that time.
If you would like to,
yes, I will do.
Then maybe I can, or I can do on the I can start with this WR.
Only one wife.
Huh?
Currently only one wife.
By the way, we had a super chat from Skanda Tyagi who says Vidit has to represent India in future Olympiad, so he can skip going to 333. But Sagar, you should definitely spend a night there.
What? Everybody's obsessed with this room 333. By the way, I have noticed that Maxime's play really changes when he plays Firouzja.
He plays a little bit scared, huh?
Not scared. I think some psychological thing is there, like some respect, little bit of respect for Firouzja.
Maybe I think once someone works with a person like at closely and then gets outplayed in that, let's say they have these blitz matches and all, and they play that, then it's very difficult. Like remember when Hikaru and Magnus played that match of blitz in the hotel room after a tournament, and Hikaru got crushed. It left a psychological dent. So when you get into a blitz match with someone just for fun, you have to be very careful, I guess, as a player.
Maybe.
And I feel Maxime and Firouzja might have done that.
Also, he like Maxime was #1 French player for a long time. Then Alireza changed country, federation. His #1 spot went. So that thing also sometimes plays on the back of the mind. Oh, by the way, Arjun will play now Bishop F4. I have a feeling here. Bishop D4 is also possible. But Bishop F4 feels more natural.
In the chat, they are saying Vidit brings good vibes wherever he goes. Do
Who's
you
saying
agree?
that? I don't see that message.
Hardik Anand.
Oh. Thank you.
Do you agree with it?
No.
Oh, look at Arjun. He just played Bishop F4.
Yeah, I know. Now I have figured Arjun.
You figure.
It's a bit too late. One day too late, but I figured Arjun.
You already had figured him, right? You had a
As
good
a
score
person.
with him.
Yes, but as a
No, as a player also. Like I was saying that
The new Arjun.
amidst all the youngsters, perhaps you have a best score with Arjun. Would that be right?
Also with Gukesh.
Also with Gukesh.
I mean, it's balanced. We have mainly played
But with
rapid. We have
Arjun, I
never played
remember
classical.
in like you won against him in World Blitz Championship or
World
World
Rapid
Rapid. World
Championship.
Rapid.
Yeah. Because I had figured Arjun.
Then he
changed.
Then he went for inner engineering.
Now the new Arjun, I figured.
Oh.
It takes time. Also, these 2 games a day really helps them. Especially Arjun. Because his style is he puts a lot of pressure right from the opening. He has these tricky ideas. And if you don't have time to prepare, it can be very dangerous. Like how I got into trouble yesterday out of the opening. Like the pressure. So that's why Arjun is very dangerous in rapid and blitz. Because there you don't get time to prepare.
But how does Arjun have so much preparation? Does he have a very brilliant team?
As far as I know, he doesn't have a girlfriend. So he has a lot of time on his hands.
That hurt actually somewhere, but I'm sure. Kumar Gupta says, I admire Vidit. I love to watch his play and Sagar's commentary. Best combo. I wish all the best for Vidit in future. Thank you, Kumar Gupta.
Thank you, bye.
Everyone's like right to the point, but
see, these things can change any moment. As soon as you see Arjun not playing opening night, you should get.
okay, guys. Actually, then it means that for becoming a strong chess player, you may have to sometimes not enjoy
Like
the yes.
Yeah.
Life. I was going to say some parts of life. You just said life.
Yes, you have to be slightly. No, you need to give up on some things. I think there's this Gukesh interview, yeah, where they asked him about some girlfriend.
Me.
You asked him,
Yes,
yeah?
yes. What?
And then he says, maybe this is not the age. Something like this. He gives an answer.
Yes.
No, but this is just one of the things you have to give up on, like other socializing. Like as I said, I never really went for a vacation. Then you have to give up other things in life which are like, you cannot watch as many TV shows, Netflix. You just stick to Chase Bliss India, subscribe to it, and every day 10 videos, 10 videos.
You can't go to latent. You can't watch India's Got Latent.
See, I went to latent, then we won gold medal. So I am redeemed.
But people have really loved that episode. Every time I go online, they are like, we enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, it has 10 million views now, I think.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I actually have to.
It is the fastest growing video on the internet right now.
Is it?
I mean, in India, I guess.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But I think I would change a lot if I go on latent again.
What would you do? Vidit is all the time analyzing. He's like, oh, against Arjun, I would do this differently. Again, latent also, I would do this differently.
See, I live in nostalgia.
You live in trying to sort of improve yourself all the time, I guess. That is one quality which chess players get from playing chess.
Yes.
All the time, keep analyzing.
What can be done better. But then, you know what the problem is? You yourself put the standards for you. Then people around you also, you think they could also have done this better, which is not necessarily a good thing, They're like,
but that chess does not bring, because it's like your game. So why should you have that in life?
No, generally, if you're very critical about yourself, then you're also critical about others. So what's happening? Bishop F4 is Pragg still thinking.
Aditya Sur Roy in the chat, who's just come back from London, saying VD bhai need London vlog.
I saw your vlog, Aditya bhai. Your passport was taken.
Where is it, this vlog?
privately, it
Acha.
got leaked.
Oh.
Where his passport was taken. He was super stressed.
Acha.
He was stuck in airport.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. You know, good to know that he's safe. Or are you watching
May-
from jail,
Maybe.
Aditya? Where are you?
Maybe he's in Abu Dhabi hotel still. Rahul Krishna says, Vidit bhai, are you coming to Chennai Grandmasters? I would like an autograph.
Yes, I am coming to Chennai Grandmasters, and it will be $100 only.
Okay, so here, Vidit bhai,
Abudaya is replying from here.
with Abhyuday is in the toilet.
Why? What fan? You're tweeting from anywhere, type.
My big fan.
He's laughing also now. I can hear from there.
What the heck? I feel the room is so small that for Abhyuday to get his space, he has to go to toilet.
अब Abudaya is like मैंने एक मैसेज किया मेरे को तोड़ दिया.
Guys, how many of you watching this from toilet?
अरे भाई, where is the stream going? I think we should focus on the chess.
Arey, look, no, but they are not playing, no, huh?
He played h5. If you had focused, you would have known.
No, Arjun took also.
Arjun never thinks. d5.
Look at Pragg coming quickly.
Now, do you think he'll play queen d6 or queen e3? This is a question. Like, queen d6 is also very tempting.
Queen d6 is your move. Queen e3 is Arjun move.
And queen e3 is stronger here in this position currently.
Because I feel Arjun does not want clarity full-fledged. Like, queen d6 is a very clarifying move, right? Like, you have to trade queens.
Also, against Pragg, he will not like to go into an endgame and try to keep the position. Like queen e3, more likely.
But also a good move, right? This is a good move.
It's a good move, but I would prefer queen e3.
By the way, Diptesh says, time spent practicing instead of having fun in the conventional ways. Is it really a sacrifice or simply the cost to achieve your targets?
It's a cost because everything in life comes at a cost, yeah? You have to decide what price to pay. You wanted to say something. Sagar
Yeah,
is controlling.
I have some other thoughts on this, but I don't know if they are right or not. But maybe it's
Then it's wrong. If you don't know, then it's definitely wrong.
My thought on this is like people who sacrifice in conventional sense but don't think of it as sacrifice generally are the ones who can enjoy what they are doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's.
What
the
have you
moment,
sacrificed?
huh? Nothing.
Nothing.
Like I don't feel that sacrifice for.
You just played Divorce Gambit 1 minute ago.
Like if someone
Only one wife.
If
you are like so
someone told
upset
me,
when you're saying.
yeah, if someone told me, oh, you know what, you are not able to go to the marriage or party, but you are staying in Langham Hotel and having this great time commentating and enjoying with Vidit Bhai next to you, I would choose this any day over going to a marriage.
Only if people thought more like you. Actually, I've also not attended any marriages. Like I've attended only my closest, your and one of my.
I hope Vidit Bhai will attend your marriage.
If it's possible to virtually join by Zoom call.
Like, भाई इधर से मैं कर रहा हूँ tomorrow ECC. So in between I'm in the airport. Please आप 7 फेरे उधर ले लो, मैं इधर लेता हूँ.
That's why I thought pandemic was the best time
to marry.
It's short and sweet.
Pandemic was good time for many things. There were so many things that happened.
No, I meant for marrying.
But also, yeah, you could also not have too many guests. By the way, Pragg is now Queen D6 happened.
He played Queen D6?
Yes.
No, it did not happen.
Yes, it's the live board position. Queen D6.
Arjun? What? Arjun does not like a lot of clarity.
Yeah,
Arjun likes to keep complicated.
Yeah.
Huh? Sagar, you read him wrong, huh?
Yeah, Arjun is difficult to read, yeah, these days. He's playing all different things every time. Maybe he's just
only
playing.
If he was a bit more expressive. Yeah.
Yeah, can't read him as well. Today I met him at the breakfast table. Like after I just said bye to you, he was there. and he was walking very slowly with a plate in his hand and a bowl of cereal in which he had poured a lot of milk. So it was almost overflowing, and he was walking like balancing in his hands like this, and he kept it, and then one drop spilled. And I said, Arjun, this is not good technique in winning positions.
It affected him. That's why he's like, I'll play queen d6. I'll not change it. But I think it gives part of the advantage away. Oh, bishop e6.
What is this? Why not to win a pawn now? Can we?
Rook
Can we?
d8. He wants to exchange, or rook a8. I don't know which rook, where he wants to go. I think rook. I don't know. Rook. The thing is, he wants to. Let's say if you play rook d8,
Yeah.
you take it. You have to, I think. Now, do you play b4? No, b4, then rook d4 will take the pawn. Now, black is threatening b4 and then enter with the rook. I think f3 is a natural move here.
This is a key moment. I think something good has to be, and this is where calculation
But
comes
this
in,
is
right?
where also things can change, because the momentum was clearly in favor of Arjun. I think had he played queen e3, I would have rated his chances very high. But after queen d6, somehow I feel Pragg feels more at ease. I think he'll able to find moves now faster, and it made his job easier slightly.
Pragg is very good at endgames, yes.
Yeah, he's very good. It's one of his skills, main skills.
So if I take here, and just my thought, rook d8 takes knight e3 with y, so that after you play b4 as well, I just come knight d1, and I have my knights defending each other, and if you come to the d2 square, my knight is still defending this. This could be good. This is what I am thinking.
No, it's too passive, no? Bf5.
So f5, okay. So maybe I should move my knight somewhere else.
Yeah, knight e2 just, and then king f1, king e1. No entry points. Knight e2 f5 though again.
Take, and
Some
this.
trickiness is there, although white is better. What's happened? Any updates in Vaishali game? Because it's moving way slower than this game, yeah?
Yeah.
Like there'll be some time scramble.
No, but they are on 18th move and 12 minutes.
Yeah, so if Firouzja has to make a move per minute, yeah?
Yeah.
Although the position, there's not much happening. It's roughly equal. Although white has some initiative, you know? Like on the king side.
Like if I take,
you take. It's still like a little bit bishop d2. Some initiative, some queen e4 threats. But queen e4 knight f6 is there. You just stay calm. Yeah. Yeah. Not much happening. Actually,
they will agree to a draw, I feel, soon.
There is 30 move rule here.
Yeah, I mean some repetition. Like for example, this,
knight f6, queen e2.
this, and repeat
possible.
and draw.
It's
Could be
possible.
somewhere.
It's a possible. I think
Oh,
also,
he played h6.
Yeah. Now I think bishop h1, bishop b1. Abhyuday is back from the special place. I think bishop
Special
h7.
operation.
I think bishop h7 is a very good move here.
Right.
King h8 and then bishop to b1. Now you have
Ooh.
threats of queen d3 also. Of course, you cannot take here because queen h5 would give this mate. So, I think this is the most natural move. Bishop h7 come back. Knight e4 is also move with idea queen g4.
So any chance that someone has his maxim here?
Practically for
whatever.
the next few moves, considering the time situation, but maybe we go back to Arjun.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
Oh, he takes
Rook 8,
it
yeah.
and rook 8.
Yeah, okay. White,
Pragg goes from the other side.
white has to take on a8. Makes sense because.
Yeah,
But now
because
rook
this-
d1. Come back, rook d1. I think most natural move.
B,
But f5, yeah.
B4 there is knight
Knight
A4.
That's why I thought rook a1. But rook a1 is an empty threat, yeah. actually.
Oh,
like you
then-
can just play knight e3.
Then we can do knight e3
Yeah, and
stopping f5.
f5 and rook a1,
check,
rook
rook.
d1. Yeah,
More precise.
technical position.
More precise. So all the black counterplay is linked with b4 or f5.
Mainly f5. here,
Mainly
because
f5.
b4 knight a4.
But,
Let's see if
but Arjun plays f3.
Also natural move. Takes king f2. Idea. Just like have everything.
And rook a1 there is rook d1. Still.
Or even not even required. You can even just play king f2.
Ah.
But I think rook d1 makes sense.
Oh, this is f3 is a nice move actually.
Yeah, it's natural move. Guys, please sponsor this zoom cameras for Chessbase India. I would love to zoom in and see Pragg's expression.
But it's actually quite big. I mean,
Yeah,
the screen is small, but
yeah, it's true. No, I also sometimes to zoom in on the board. It looks cool, no? And then you zoom in and see Anish stealing a pawn.
Actually, we have zoom.
All this stuff.
We can control it from here. See.
Huh?
Only audience can see.
Audience can see?
Guys, look at this. हो नहीं रहा है वो. Wait. Ready? Siddharth Kale has asked the biggest question there. Why don't people like the stream when it is free? Guys, do like the stream. Vidit, Aditya Surroy had asked an important question. That
How to
Magnus,
get out of jail?
that Magnus has a girlfriend, yet he is playing well.
Yeah.
We are discussing, no?
So when did I say that if you have a girlfriend you can't play well? I never said that.
You were saying.
Don't put this word. No.
You said.
No, I didn't say that.
No?
No, I didn't say that.
I said, how is Arjun playing so well and
No,
has
no.
so much deep.
How he has so much ideas and
Opening.
opening. Where he's finding time.
Yes.
So I said, of course, time.
So
No,
playing
don't
well.
put words on the
Okay.
No, I'm not taking this blame. Please.
With it scared with his girlfriend might get
No. I'm just being man of my words, what I said. Don't misquote me. This is how journalism is in India, guys.
No.
You say one thing, people twist it, and then they say another thing. Guys, be very careful of journalism in today's day.
No, I was just asking that is there some truth to it also, like playing well.
I think GF3 is a good
GF?
move. This is the only GF I want to think of now. takes, and then knight G6, come knight to F4, some counterplay. You have to really go for activity.
Yeah, actually, if Arjun beats Pragg this game, he might very well win the match because for Pragg to come back will be tougher, and Arjun will get very close to 2800.
Also, FIDE circuit, yeah, it's almost guaranteed.
If he
spot
wins
to
this tournament,
candidates.
he would.
It's guaranteed. Yeah.
But then Chennai Grandmasters is there.
Yeah, so
But Nodirbek
there's no negative.
No, but
marking.
Nodirbek is very close.
Yeah, but
And Nodirbek
is
might
ahead
play
right
more
now.
events.
No, but
We have the circuit here, so we can show it to our people.
yeah, but you get 27, and Arjun has one event which is very low points. Like if you click on that,
Yeah, it's just a photo.
yeah,
So 77 there is a low event.
yeah, there's one event where he got only 9.
It's a
points or
best of
something.
6 now this
Yeah.
year, not 5.
Apparently, it keeps. I didn't even know the FIDE circuit rules. I never read rule book, as you know.
Nodirbek has not played any open events. Also, I believe that there will be certain tournaments Nodirbek will play.
Actually, if there was somebody who would explain FIDE circuit video
I mean,
in a video.
there is one like the Chess Numbers India. He had told me let's make one.
Yeah, please, can
So
you make
after
one
this
so I can
event-
at least watch
Yeah, after
for
this
next
event.
year,
Yeah,
so that I at least know what are the rules.
sure.
Because it's so hard to understand FIDE circuit. I don't know. I really think it's so complicated. I don't know why. King G7 played, yeah? Pragg will play h4. It's very Pragg move.
h4 with why?
Just to improve the pawn. Like it's advancing it. It's a very Pragg move h4. Let's see if he plays it.
Okay, let me think what Pragg will do.
Maxim is chilling in the background completely.
Maybe rook a1 just getting active is also possible. I was thinking how about your idea knight g6, but then you're
now
giving
your
up
king
a
is
pawn.
already on f2, no?
And yeah, losing another
Possible
pawn.
though. But you need rook on a1 first. But he'll be worried of rook d1, I think.
Oh, he plays rook a1.
Yeah. Rook d1? Is he worried of rook d1 here? Like, do you exchange rooks or not with white? That's a question you have to think of.
As white, I would like rooks to be traded, right? Because in such an endgame, my extra pawn will
Not
be...
sure. Because it's double pawns. So you're not completely sure, especially with two knights. Because if you give all the pieces for the pawns, with two knights you cannot mate. Although I've tried 50 moves and then Grishuk called me. You know the funny thing, yeah?
What?
So I met Grishuk in World Rapid and Blitz last year. So the timeline is, I play in Tata Steel, India, 2020. When did Grishuk come to India? Last year or?
23.
23. He comes. That tournament happens. Then I play Isle of Man. And then in the last end of the year, there's World Rapid and Blitz. So in World Rapid and Blitz, first day or something, we as we casually meet each other. I went, Grishuk and I met. We shook hands and he said, "Congratulations on Isle of Man. You played like really excellent chess. When you tried to meet me with two knights, I thought you're a bit psycho, but you showed that in Isle of Man you're normal." So it was typical Grishuk compliment.
You tried to actually checkmate him with two knights. Why?
Just I was curious if it's possible.
I've also been guilty of doing that. In fact, funnily, it's my last classical game ever. Until now. After that, I never played a classical game. So the last one is two knights I was trying to mate. And I was quite
You're so optimistic. That just shows you how optimistic you are.
How?
Exactly. By the way, Arjun is thinking, should I exchange rooks or not? Have you ever seen Arjun low on time compared to the opponent?
Yes, sometimes.
I have not seen. Very rare.
I think it happened. Which was the last classical event he played? I was commentating and I saw that happening when his opponents were surprising him. But then he would always be like in decent time. The opponent had a lot of time.
By the way, people are saying it's best of 7 events. And you need to have one open tournament. By FIDE circuit, can you name one thing which is more complicated than FIDE circuit?
So one open tournament, Nodirbek will play Qatar Masters. You will play Qatar?
No, bhai, I'm done. Ho gaya mera.
Guys, he is going to ECC. From there, he will come to Chennai Grandmasters. Then he will play Tata Steel Chess India.
Yeah, and already I have been on one
and
and a half month tour. Yeah.
And then done.
World
Rapid and Blitz.
Yeah, I have to renew my passport also. You know my passport. I went to renew my passport in Nasik. It got rejected.
The moment you said Nasik, I knew some joke is coming.
And they didn't even take any special consideration. They just rejected it outright.
Do you think with the government giving you 1 crore, everyone will respect you more in Nashik now?
I mean, by the time the news reaches Nashik, it will be next year. So, just joking.
Yeah, of course, it was just a joke. I think Vidit, the moment you enter Nashik, you can just say Vidit and anyone can take you to his home. Not that you are all are invited, but...
कल मम्मी का फोन आया मुझे कि भाई क्या हुआ ऐसे सब घर पे आ गए. Arjun deeply contemplate. Maybe we can switch games.
Yeah.
Knight e4 was played.
Oh, Alireza getting better. Alireza is actually now getting better, bhai, Vidit bhai.
Okay, slight pressure.
F4?
No, F4. Actually, it's a move you would consider. Actually, it's not a stupid. I dismissed it too soon. It's actually a very decent move for.
But it does weaken a lot of squares.
It does weaken, and then maybe b5 go for activity. I'm very curious. Would you play f4 b5? I'm curious. Or bishop c5 check. No, bishop c5 I don't like. I think f4 b5 might be the move. I'm curious. Shall I check? Queen d7. Can I play b5?
Oh, very good question by Ann G. Ann G says, Vidit, always been curious about how players handle frequent time zone changes, jet lags, and do you think it affects the play quality?
Yeah, it definitely affects. I think there are some people who take a lot of this melatonin
Really?
to
sleep.
To sleep.
Oh, I know someone recently offered me. I was like, I'm not able to sleep. They are like,
But it was melatonin only, no?
yeah, melatonin,
no?
huh? And I said,
Be sure, huh, before you take any.
I said, why should I take it? Because
Arjun played some rook d1.
I don't know. I never even thought there is some medicine like that or something.
Yeah, melatonin to get sleep.
Wow.
I have a feeling this will end in a draw. I think Arjun has messed up.
Really?
Yeah. I think this is more towards a draw than a win for white. I think
it just shows the margin of error in a game of chess.
Drawing, it's a very what to say, tendency towards a draw is very high in chess.
But then I remember games like Sun and Sugiro versus Arjun, and then like the way in which he presses.
Yeah, but he had a bishop there. He has a knight now. I think it's more likely to end in a draw than a win for Arjun. I think he messed up.
So you are saying that the time zones affect a lot the play?
Yeah, they do. Now my body doesn't even know which time zone it is in.
Really?
Just gives up. Like, just a moment to going to adjust, you fly somewhere else. It's like it's
do
like
you
it's
ever
very annoyed with me.
Homesick?
Yeah.
You feel?
Now I am feeling homesick. I want to go home.
And homesick, do you feel homesick because of some people like your family, or do you feel homesick because everything in your home is nicely placed and you can be at your space?
Or both. Yeah. It's both. Also, here every day you get up, you have 10,000 things to do. But at home, maybe
at home you have 11,000 things.
But there's no rush.
Tournament zones you in.
Yes.
Like now this is to do. Whereas at home you have like 10 important things left to do. Right? Like as you, maybe you have meetings, you have like sponsors responsibility, you have like so many things.
Yeah.
There is one more super chat. Ansar Ahmad says, after receiving 1 crore, do you have any plans to sponsor one episode of Latent? It will give you more recognition in India. Actually, not a bad idea.
Bhai, how can I sponsor Samay?
I have an idea.
I have seen Samay's bank account.
What you can do is, you can sponsor one episode of Latent and say Maharashtra government sponsored Latent.
Guys, whenever Sagar is giving you any advice, take it with a pinch of salt.
Don't take it. Don't take it is the right thing. Mayur Gondalekar, any updates on side events at World Championship for on-site viewers? Also, congratulations to Vidit for the gold. I will go back after this event and conduct an interview with the organizers of Singapore and bring that forth, because I'm sure they also want to inform everyone about it. So just wait for like another 2-3 days and we'll do it.
My Arjun messed up so bad.
But it still feels like he can bring his knight here.
No, I think this
then this knight here.
I think this is.
So he has activity.
No, I think he messed up.
Of course, he messed up. Like, I'm sure you are right, but he still has some hopes, right?
No, but the thing is, he smelled like he didn't go for the kill. Yeah, like he had such a good position, and not to exchange queens was the beginning of it. And then he exchanged the rooks also. He went actually for too much clarity, which you said he doesn't go.
Yeah, generally not.
Yesterday also against me, he went for very technical win. Then it influences you that you continuously keep playing technical chess. If you win in a certain way, When here, like bishop g6 will be played, I think. No one will play king f7. No, Pragg will keep bishop, of course. He's a man of culture. And then he'll play king f7. When I say this, he'll play king f7.
No, I don't think king f7.
Let's see, Alireza, what's happening? No. Was this played?
Yes.
See?
Oh!
F4 was played.
Hi, Alireza and Vidit thinking alike.
It's a very human thing. This queen d7 was not a natural thing.
But do you feel like Alireza is one more player with whom you have a good score?
Yeah, very good score.
What is happening with him right now? Do you think he's in the best shape of his life?
I think he's in a very good shape now.
Yeah.
Because he has started to work on chess again, and he's not taking that pressure which was there earlier. Probably I see him in a more light-hearted mood outside.
Also
he's talking with
he has
people and
a
stuff.
girlfriend right now.
He had still already for a long time.
I don't know, but
2 years.
this is the first trip where I saw him with his girlfriend. It's
No.
GCL here.
GCL also she came?
Yeah.
Okay. No, 2 years already, I think. He has a girlfriend, the same one.
Yeah. And so
he seems to be more relaxed, more chilled out.
His brother is here.
Him. Yeah.
Mohammad Reza. So I think, guys, maybe Alireza
But you can see from his openings. It's the same openings, yeah? It just
so openings, I think, guys, the day when you see Vidit not innovating in openings is when you can know that he has no time. He has a girlfriend now. The last believer. Guys, the last believer of help chess. Oh, thank you, Danny G.
Bye.
Danny G. Bye, Danny G. Hai. Very respected Danny G. Adrian Rafael, thank you for your contribution. So,
Sagar and Super Chat.
Hare,
Story which never ends.
Now I am very alert. So,
why did Engine start giving more advantage? I still don't see it. Yeah, see, Pragg played bishop g6.
Yeah, he played, but now
and Pragg left. 30 moves done.
As I said, Vidit bhai.
So we should move to Firouzja board because 30 moves are done here.
Yeah.
They will take some time and some action will happen here. How much? Alireza has
5
to make
minutes and 8 moves to make.
8 moves in 5 minutes, yeah.
Wow.
All his moves are easy though. Queen b6, b4, push.
Oh, Maxim played b4. Nice. Yesterday, Maxim, the way he beat Nodirbek was epic.
b4, yeah?
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's getting slightly icky. Okay. Will Alireza play a6?
But why
He might give check.
Oh,
he played
played
a6. It's just a move to keep the position, yeah?
Guys, just for people who are not sure, like why this pawn not to be taken. Check. King h1.
Actually, I didn't even see this. It was just more intuitive.
And then this is hanging and a lot of problems. Okay. b4, queen f2 played immediately by Maxim. I think Maxim is putting pressure on Alireza on the clock.
Yeah, but this position is not really... I really like Engine's suggestion, knight, rook d8. Put the rook back on d5, although it's not an easy move. And then knight b6, some pressure. Like the pieces are a bit loose, you know. And there are a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah.
There's no attack.
And black has very compact structure, good pieces.
Yeah, I think rook d8 is a very strong move. Will Alireza play it? He can play knight b6 though. It's more natural. But that allows f5. So... yeah, I think he should not allow f5.
Prasad Shindeji sends a super chat saying, "Hi Vidit, congratulations on the gold. We played in 2013. Wow, Vidit must be like what, 9 years old back then. In Nashik, and you crushed me."
How I'll be 9 years old in
2013. Sorry, 19.
Great maths.
And you crushed
must
me.
be 9 years
but
old.
then 19, Prasad Shinde, have you heard of his name? Because yet it's the most memorable game of my life after 11 years.
Maybe
Lot
it might
of
be some Simon.
love
Yeah.
from Nashik.
Because I don't remember playing in Nashik 2013.
Maybe after World Juniors. No, that was 2014. Yeah. 2013 you won a bronze in World Juniors by playing Dutch defense.
Yes.
Very famous game, guys, of Vidit. do you think with it sometimes, like looking back at all your development where you have reached now with candidates and all that, this is all something which is amazing journey?
Yeah, that's what Anish asked me a question in this lie detector.
Hmm.
I'll not reveal too much. Where he asked, "Oh, knight b6 played.
F5,
Allows
yeah.
f5." I don't like. I don't think it's practical. Although it's one of the top choice of engine, I don't. I think he missed f5.
This, then there is
Bishop f4.
hanging, yeah.
Bishop f4, no? Yeah.
Oh, bishop f4.
Queen f5, knight d6. Watch.
Wow.
So I don't like it. Practically, it seems like, and Maxim will play f5. I know Maxim. If he doesn't play f5, then Maxim is not in his shape, not in his true self. F5 is totally a Maxim move. But you know, Maxim is known as 3 names. He has 3 names, but he has actually 5 names. I saw his invitation letter. It has 5 names.
What are the names?
I don't know, but it has 5 names.
Played f5.
He played
You
F5.
know him. With
No,
it.
Maxim is one of the trickiest players I know. He's such a cheapo. He'll put so many cheapos in the position. Like, incredible. And now Queen e5, I think he'll play. But then Rook e1, what is he doing? I don't like it.
Or maybe he'll just play knight c4. But there is f6.
It feels a bit yucky. Knight c4, f6, you can get scared, yeah? But f6, Queen e5. No. That's also a bit fe7, Queen e4, Bishop h6, something. Okay, time pressure, anything can happen. We should stick to this board. Knight c4 played. I think Maxim, will he play f6 is the question. Or will he play fe6? f6, actually knight d2 is very strong. Exchange the bishop. And then put bishop f8. There can be no mate. It's more practical. Engine was saying bishop d8, which I don't think it's...
Oh, but knight c4 is a good move by Alireza.
Practically, I don't know. Objectively, yes. But he has... Like...
Alireza
What do you mean by cheapo? Cheapo is cheap tricks.
You know, Vidit bhai, Alireza has the ability to make most number of moves in less time, I feel.
I saw your commentary in GCL, bhai.
Crazy, yeah? Do you think he can make moves like so fast?
Because he gets into time pressure, then you have seen his part mode, but you have not seen, let's say, other players get into time.
No, I saw you also playing fast. But
Good.
you know, like it was both were under time pressure, so it's different. But there it was Magnus at like 3 minutes, this guy at 10 seconds, and yet resisting.
Possible.
But Anish flagged Alireza.
Yeah, it was so... Almost he let go of all his advantage.
Yeah. Vivaswan says, congratulations VD bhai for the gold and a crore. Hoping to meet you again. Had met you when you did stand up. Singapore ticket booked. अरे विवस्वान जी amazing.
विवस्वान जी ने सब एक ही चैट में सब बोल दिया. गोल्ड बोल दिया, 1 करोड़ बोल दिया, मिल भी लेंगे और स्टैंड अप का भी और सिंगापुर भी. मतलब कुछ चांस ही नहीं छोड़ा. और एक सुपर चैट भेज.
Okay, what is Vivaswan's profession you think?
ये कैसे?
भाई just seeing how he wrote this. 100 rupees में क्या क्या किया? What does he do?
CA.
Yes. Why Vidit bhai is correct. He is a CA. He made like 500 रुपए का खर्चा 100 में कर लिया.
I wish my CA was also like this. My CA says ये भरो, एडवांस टैक्स भरो, ये GST भरो, ये स्टेटमेंट भेजो, ये करो. 100 रुपए में कुछ नहीं होता है उधर.
Guys, open position to be Vidit CA. Akshay Jadhav also looks like a CA, has sent £1, although didn't say anything. Guys, we are waiting for the time trouble to end here. We are on move 26. Then we will go to Arjun versus Pragg. But look at Vidit bhai. He has 1 day free today. He can
not
enjoy.
free.
He can enjoy himself. He can go out. He can meet someone. Here he is sitting with me commentating, and then he's saying, "भाई life में कुछ करने को नहीं मिलता है." जाओ बाहर घूमो. Touch the grass.
भाई टच ग्रास, वाह जेंजी टर्म्स है. मैंने सिखाया था क्या?
नहीं, एक रील था एना क्रैमलिंग का, उसमें वो जाके ग्रास को टच कर रही है, तो मैंने उसमें से सीखा.
वाह वाह सागर भाई, आप इतने भी बूमर नहीं हो.
Bhai, when I chess keeps me up to date, relevant, because there are so many kinds of people. Also, I'm now sharing room
Never
with.
thought Sagar Shah will say touch grass to me. Wow, epic. Okay, everybody is like really asking for Arjun board. For 2 seconds, we'll put. When Maxim makes a move, we'll go back to Maxim board.
It didn't change.
It didn't change. It's the same position, and
But
the
I like-
advantage has dropped. See,
I like this stable square for the knight.
भाई स्टेबिलिटी का करोगे क्या जब इम्प्रूव का ऑप्शन नहीं है?
भाई वो तो तुझे समझेगा थोड़े साल में स्टेबिलिटी का मतलब.
I hope so. मुझे नहीं रहना अनस्टेबल. Unstable.
चिन्मय दुबे, rename the stream to the devolution of Sagar Shah. अरे भाई क्या हुआ? भाई
Maxim
touch
played
grass
bishop
is
f4.
not good क्या?
No,
मुझे
it's
लगा
correct.
touching grass is just touching grass.
Yeah, it's touch
लाइक
grass.
बाहर जाके टच, जैसे मम्मी बोलती थी पहले, जाके बाहर खेल के आओ.
हाँ, it's touch grass is see the outside world.
हाँ वही तो.
रूम में
उसमें
क्या रहते हो?
डेवोल्यूशन क्या हो गया भाई?
नहीं, वो आपके पहले के जोक्स थे ना, वो उसके ऊपर वो
कौन सा? मैंने एक भी नहीं मारा आज.
one life, one love,
अच्छा
one wife.
हाँ हाँ, got it. Everyone asking VD whether 1 crore is tax free.
I hope so. अगर नहीं हुआ तो दुख होगा.
गाइस, जो था ही नहीं अपना, उसमें टैक्स भी ले ले तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
भाई आप जैसे दिए हो तो बोलेंगे क्या भाई, ये पैसा तो आता जाता रहता है, क्या है ये तो हाथ का मैल है. आप अच्छा वो सीए प्रैक्टिस नहीं किए, कोई एक क्लाइंट का पैसा नहीं बचता, आप सबका देते. अरे देना पूरा दे दो गवर्नमेंट
भाई
को.
लेकिन लोग तो अबंडेंट रहते ना, सबको लगता है हमारे पास बहुत पैसा है.
Sagar Shah would have been the worst CA in history. He would find provisions where you can pay more tax.
No. No.
I know you.
No, bhai.
You would pay more tax than
I
required.
have no interest in paying more or less. I just want to pay what is there as a rule. Vivaswanji breaking his CA outlook because he got hurt. He says, one more super chat with it by. I am CA working in wealth management investment advisory. Hence the optimum utilization of funds.
He's the CA. उन्होंने promotion भी कर दिया. अभी उनको contacts आएंगे. अभी it was like very good, smart thinking.
No, very good. The only problem is his current employer will be unhappy.
By the way, Maxim is losing a bit of control, just like you. Because e6, bishop d6. Oh, queen c8 was a move which was very tough move to play. Now it's ending in a draw. Queen c8 was a very tough move to play in time pressure. It was the last move before time control. No, second last move. But allowing the spin, you think that... Oh, king f8. Oh my god. No, this was very tough. Suddenly black is better, but it's very tough. Now everything will get exchanged. Tuck, 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 tuck.
Ayusha Advani says, stayed up here in Australia till 6 a.m. every day for your candidates, and it was all worth it. Thank you so much for all you guys. Onwards and upwards. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ayusha.
You know, onwards and upwards is also the tagline of... No, it's not tagline. It's
Of?
persistent, but it's not that. It's similar, but not that.
What is it for persistent?
Rise above. It's something like this.
We have Prachura here. Arre, owner of American Gambits.
My
Who paid- Prachura,
100
who
rupees
paid-
owner
who
of
paid-
American Gambit.
Who paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. But Prachura also very smart entrepreneur. Only uses where needed. VD bye. Remind WR about the bet, please. Samai's influence is clear. The stream is hilarious. What is the bet?
Prachura apparently, I don't know if I can disclose.
No, you can. He said no here. On stream he said.
No, he can, but the person who lost the bet doesn't want to maybe reveal, no?
But okay, you can say what.
So there was a match played
Mm.
in.
Mm.
You know about it.
I
Yeah,
was on the closing that dinner.
yeah, closing dinner.
I told you that he won't get.
He won't
I
get.
told you. You were like, no, he will get.
Why I will say? Prachura
Someone
earned the
said.
money, not me.
Yes, no, I was saying he won't get the money.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it was just for fun.
No, you said he will pay.
No, I didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But it was okay, maybe.
That's why he's only giving 100 rupees. If he had got the money, he would get 1,000. But Prachura should be very thankful to us because of
Us,
Mumba, they got fourth, which was a prize,
$100,000.
$100,000. So
Yeah.
Prachura, a cut from that would be great. Thank you.
But I must say that Prachura has maybe
Okay, I think
spent.
we can go to Arjun game now because it's the last move and everything will get exchanged here and there's nothing really happening. In Arjun game also nothing is happening, but I think it's a draw.
Akshay Jadhav has asked a very important question, Vidit bhai. Any chance of you meeting fans today? I live in a town called Reading and planning to travel to London today. Would be nice to get your autograph.
We haven't planned anything as I was not planning to get knocked out, but I can. I'll speak to Sagar and see if we can. If we do something, plan something, we'll announce it. Right, Sagar?
Actually, I was thinking, when is your flight on 18?
Airport पे मिलना है.
Is it morning or
Afternoon.
afternoon? Maybe so morning, maybe 18th we can do like a meetup in Hyde Park or something, but it might be too stressful.
Leave the planning to me. I think we'll plan it better.
Maybe.
Sagar bhai is like सब last minute पे कैसे कर सकते हैं? And Sagar bhai then gets surprised. I missed my flight. They closed it. Arey, of course, if you go
never,
45
never
minutes.
missed.
What never missed?
Two
From
missed,
Bangalore
two
you missed.
2 times missed. But before that, never.
The funny thing was we were changing hotels from Marriott to here. And then Sagar, I had a cab booked at 3. But Sagar was like, okay, I'm leaving now. Come with me, you know. And there was a show of Samay at 3 p.m. So I was confused. Can I attend the show? There is a game next day, something like this. Then Sagar convinced me, Arey, no, come, man. And then I asked him, but I'm not sure if I'll attend the show. He's like, no, don't worry. We'll speak in the cab on the ride. We'll figure it out. Then we got the cab. We kept all the stuff. And then Sagar bhai just said bye. He didn't sit in the cab only. We left. Sagar bhai stayed back. And so Sagar bhai ke sath planning kuch
So
bhi
we
karo na,
booked a
ulta
cab
pulta
for
hota hai.
6 people and we had 4. Me, Vidit, Abhyuday, Aditya. And then I told Tanya that there are 6 spaces here, so come. But when the cab arrived, the last 2 seats were used for luggage. Unfortunately, from 6, it became a 4 people ka cab. Now we are 5. And I've invited Tanya. Tanya came very happily, like, let's join. And now if I told her no space, it would have been bad. So I
You
said,
invited me also, no?
Yes.
But why this favoritism? You thought we'll discuss in the cab, then Sagar bhai gayab. He said bye bye, all good, all
"Bye,"
good.
but I think you made the right decision.
Yeah, of
by
not coming to the
not
show. Yeah,
coming.
it would have been very late
Because-
for me next day game.
Yeah,
So, but
that
basic
also.
thing is Sagar bhai doesn't have perception of time. He thinks everything is possible.
I feel time is relative.
Exactly. This
Yes.
all this philosophy
Yes.
completely.
No, not philosophy. Vidit bhai, Nashik mein karo na meetup, please. Bhai, you should do one Nashik meetup.
I have to reach Nashik for that. No, I live in Mumbai now.
But once you can do,
Yeah.
I can come with you. We can do in your society only.
Sure.
Yeah.
Address भी reveal करे तो अभी सब अभी जाके खड़े हो जाएंगे वहाँ पे. By the way, knight e4
Bhai,
check.
Vaibhav Gautam.
King e6. Of
Who
course,
is
I know
the-
Vaibhav.
Yes.
We have met him virtually, I think.
Yes.
No, I've met him in real life also, but virtually.
In Delhi he lives.
Yeah.
He's a specially abled player, very very nice guy. He says Delhi कब आ रहे हो sir?
अभी तो कुछ plan है नहीं. Maybe sometime next year. Who knows?
Mhm.
Maybe when latent happens in Delhi. I think that's the... Well, so the problem here is how do you improve with white? You have extra pawn, but these are double pawns and plus 2 knights are handicap. So it says it's +1, engine, but I don't believe that white is winning here.
I want to exchange one pair of minor pieces here,
One knight.
like somehow.
Yeah, but you cannot. The
So
bishop is too strong.
I'll go
Although
king.
engine is suggesting you should even give the bishop, which I don't think Pragg will do. It seems like a suicide idea to exchange the bishop. Can you just wait here?
How is knight f5, knight f5, bishop f5? I think that also.
The plan is to go king
Yes.
g3, king h4, king g5.
That's
yeah?
what I thought.
Actually, it's maybe not as trivial as I thought it is. Let's see actually how Arjun will play. I'm curious. I'm curious to see.
Guys, any good player who comes to commentate, they start with their hands on the arrow key. I told Harshit Bhai so many times during Olympiad, don't keep doing this.
He played
but
H4.
what?
He closed the path to the. I told you it's getting out of hands for Arjun, and that's what happened.
Oh, maybe Arjun
H4
wants
is
to
a
do.
very bad move.
But this is now he'll play c3.
The thing is, first of all,
If he can get his knight here and attack this, somehow trade f4.
I'll tell you why H4 is also bad move.
Yeah.
Because you had all the time in the world. Not just on the clock, but in the position. You could move around, see what's happening, then play H4. But H4 is such a committal move. But we can see Arjun is not afraid of commitment.
True. In life also. Ashutosh Naik, Vidit, you have amazing personality. Please make your streams more active. I look forward to your YouTube channel.
Yes, please subscribe to my channel. My brand value will go up.
Dosto, how much can one man do? He's traveling from months and months, preparing, playing, also playing the guitar. Actually, you can mix your guitar sessions and your channel together now. You are using.
But I'm an amateur guitarist.
But rise to the top, like how Samay used to do, reaching 1200, 1300. You can do with guitar.
Yeah, but I'll feel sorry for my audience's ears.
Samay never felt sorry for his audience while he was playing chess. Give your channel to Vedika. That's a good point, actually. Vidit.
Yeah, so that it completely dies down. So she's such a perfectionist. She never posts.
Maybe, guys, we can handle Vidit's channel.
My super chat कुछ miss हो गया.
शौनक राजहंस,
हो गया ना?
विदित भाई ना, हाँ ये हो गया. विवस्वान, कॉन्टैक्ट्स टू करोड़पति चाहिए के चाहिए. टू तो स्ट्रीम करे है उनको, दो तो स्ट्रीम करे है उनके. By the way, very happy to see VD 2.0 so relaxed after serious tournament.
पहला part समझा ही नहीं.
Need more VD.
Sounds like a CA jargon, you know.
Now let's see how Vivaswan will reply. भाई ऐसे करके उसके 300 रुपए 300 रुपए तो गए हैं.
First time ever a client will manipulate CA into paying more money.
CA is getting little bit in trouble. भाई जो भी उनके.
अरे but he CA no. First attempt में message clear ही नहीं होता है. 3-4 attempt तो लगते ही है बोलने को.
भाई Vidit भाई sometimes sets up punchline very well. Amazing. Guys, go and check Latent. उसमें भी वो जो एक पोएट्री गर्ल को तुमने बोला था, everyone loved it.
कुछ नहीं भाई, वो किसी ने देखा ही नहीं वो पार्ट. मेरा जोक मिस ही हो गया उसमें.
देखा भाई, देखा. Everyone said. और एक कोई हेल्प चेस बिलीवर आए है लगता है. जॉनी भाई is here. Thank you for your belief in Indian chess.
Switch to Alireza. Bhai, half the time जनता says switch to Arjun. If when you switch to Arjun, then the other half says
भाई
switch to
इसमें क्या
Alireza.
स्विच कर रहा है?
Yeah,
ये तो
rook d3, tuck 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 tuck. Rook d3 will be played.
Rook f3.
Will he play rook f3? No, he'll play a4. a4 is the clean way to make a draw. Yeah, this will be draw. Okay, I think they'll just offer a draw.
लेटेंट्स में कितने कट्स लगे हैं? शिवा जोशी 0 cuts. We just record lot more, like there are lot more acts, and then from those the best ones are chosen. But there is nothing pre-planned, predetermined. It's all on the go.
भाई अर्जुन का जो उसने हैंडल किया एडवांटेज, उसमें मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है.
हाँ
पूरा एडवांटेज चला गया.
भाई चलता है, मतलब sometimes like it's not easy to convert such.
Yeah, I know. Of all the people I know. That's why it's bothering me more. H4 is such a bad move. Such a bad move.
But on this game, you can actually sit with Arjun and tell. Like, I think when Kramnik says that there are a lot of things he can teach the youngsters and all, I think it's these things, right? Don't hurry.
Or
Play
anti-cheating
this.
rules.
No, that I'm putting aside. That I'm keeping aside. But when he says, like, let's say for example, Hans Niemann said he gave me a lot of guidance.
By the way, talking about that,
Yeah.
did you follow Kirill Shevchenko? What happened? This story?
A little bit. Like I saw Romanian Chess Federation's letter yesterday saying there is not yet clarity. So I don't know what to say about this.
So apparently, from what I read, was that the opponents had a doubt on Kirill that he was going to the toilet and he was taking a lot of time to come back, and then the opponents complained. Vallejo first complained, and then the arbiter checked once or twice, and then they saw that he's taking a lot of time, and then they investigated and they found a phone at the toilet, I think, which had written "do not touch" or something on it, right? And then there was some chess position in it.
I don't know. I didn't go into it because here there is no time only.
Yeah, but
So
that's what I read. And then he was forfeited both the games and then expelled from the tournament. But the question here remains: what is the ambiguous part? Like, there has been no statement from him.
Yeah.
So
is the
I'm
phone
thinking
his that is confirmed? Did he confirm it's my phone?
I have not read totally.
I think he has not even disproved or he has not even confirmed.
Yeah.
So he is just quiet. So I'm waiting for him to say something.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see. But it was I mean, I always said that there is over the board cheating, and people took it lightly. Nobody believed in it. But this high profile case will show, like, that there is cheating happening.
But even if this cheating is so, like, this one is basic way of doing it. Yeah, like,
that's what in such a tech world.
Yeah.
It's like using Samsung cameras instead of zoom in cameras. So it just shows that there is so much. I feel there is more cheating happening than what it's like. This will at least. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this will open up the eyes because, for example, I mean, I don't know about this case, but if like Kirill was I felt him to be one of those players who would match at some point all these world class players, like Ukraine's next big.
The thing is, that's the problem when people are good in blitz and in general strong players. It becomes very hard to find cheater because a complete amateur you can catch. But people who are already strong and then they do it, it's very hard to catch.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see what will happen. And I feel this one just got exposed. So imagine how many cases there are which are not exposed. Which is such a shame. And even in high profile events, I've seen that it's possible. There are a lot of loopholes where you can, like, take advantage of. So imagine how many people's lives get affected due to this.
Sure.
Somebody who's genuinely cheating.
Yeah.
And somebody who's genuinely a truthful person.
Yeah.
His confidence will go, his tournament will go, his career will get affected.
True.
And people do it, yeah?
Yeah, it's very sad. I mean, if this case or if
his entire life will change because of it. Like the person who's affected with it.
Sure. I remember I caught one cheater. Not caught, but
you understood that cheating.
I was there and I shot it. It was also in a toilet. It happened in Dubai Open. And it was this player. His name was Nigalidze. You might have heard of him.
Yeah, you were praising him so much.
Yes,
you were telling me get inspired from him, all this stuff.
Because previous tournament at Alain, he won it.
Yeah, I played in that Alain tournament.
Yes, you were there, and he won it, and he was like 25. Then I interviewed him, and then he said all things. The interview is there, by the way, online. And then next tournament he comes and plays, and he's found with a mobile there. And this is unfortunate. I think it's very difficult to praise someone who does something very special, which is why these days whenever someone does something special, people become a little bit defensive, or they are always suspicious.
So what would you say if you catch somebody cheating? What should be the punishment? should you get a lifetime ban or you should get a small ban and given a second chance? I think you're the person who would give a second chance.
I think overall there has to be a little bit of correctional work that has to be done.
Also, there should be a committee who takes immediate action, right?
Yeah, immediate action, and of course,
who checks like the court, like a court basically.
yeah,
You know, which goes through all the evidence and
yeah,
sees if actual person is guilty or not. Otherwise, somebody can be also misaccused.
yes. I also feel like, for example, when I went to this prison in Pune for chess in prisons, I could see that there are two ways to look at prison. One way is to look at it saying that this is the place where they get punished for what they have done. The other way is to say that this is the place where they get reformed for what they have done. And I think both approaches are different. Because if you want to use that as a place to reform someone, then you are basically helping them evolve, and so that they can reintegrate in society and become better individuals. While if you want to just punish, then they will be there and you can make their life miserable.
So what will you do?
I like the approach to reform people, but it's never easy.
By the way, just to give a, like, Arjun is trying to play king d to king c3. He will provoke c4, c5, and then maybe play b4 or something. So this is the next plan, which is most likely to happen. Yeah, go on.
But more importantly, I feel that the reform.
By the Alireza game is also drawn.
It's drawn already.
So yeah, as
same.
we expect.
Yeah, I think what you decide, what you showed.
Yeah, so game is drawn. So only Arjun Pragg is remaining. But
so like, just to finish this point, I feel like the reformation bit should not happen after the cheating is done. Just there should also be now mandatory sessions with youngsters.
Yeah, before where they are taught
why cheating is bad. Like once someone is, let's say, under 7 nationals is happening in India, there have to be people who come to that tournament, gather all the players, sit down and tell them what is happening, why, what is cheating, all of this.
Like how in doping, like when we go to some tournament like Asian Games or something, we were given a briefing, mandatory briefing. We have to take a mandatory quiz online, like test, not quiz, test. And we have to answer these questions where we are told again and again what are the rules, what is the procedure, why doping, what substances, everything we are taught. You know, so at a young age, if this happens, I agree with you that this should be done. But you know, I feel so much anger in a way when I find somebody who's cheating. Like I just met Kirill. I don't know if he's guilty or not, but I'm just saying that I met him in Olympiad. We shook hands and we are like, okay, exchange pleasantries. And then I find this news and it's completely shocking. So it just changes your perception completely of a person.
Yeah.
And there might be someone who you're like, you know them for long and actually you don't know them. It's a very...
Yeah. I think it's overall also very interesting for me to know why he did this. Like, not just that he did it, but if he did it, which is, by the way, someone wrote in the chat that he denied all the allegations. So I'm not sure of it.
Pragg played an interesting move. He wants to put knight on e6 so that it can come to d4 or f4. A very interesting. Pragg is very good in such positions. So I don't see Arjun winning this one. It seems more likely towards it.
This will become like their world championship match. Like they will maybe hold both the games and go into Armageddon, and then, but unfortunately they can't play like many blitz games.
Yeah. He denied allegations. But the thing is, in that phone, was his position there? And it's such a strange way to cheat.
You know, nowadays I also feel like...
the easiest way which people can cheat is many tournaments, spectators are allowed. And spectators can come out of the playing arena, come back into it, and you just gesture to the player.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to cheat.
Yes.
Like you can never catch this. How can you catch this?
Yeah.
Although they caught once this French team.
2 questions. Is VD playing in ECC? Yes. And is VD buying first Porsche of Nasik now with 1 crore? Oh, Arbu, good question. By Porsche comes in 1 crore?
नहीं पता, पता होता तो होती मेरे पास.
अरे, I guess Vidit is not the guy who would buy a Porsche. He might save it for some other use, I think. No?
Yeah, yeah. I'll not spend on luxury car.
Yeah.
Feels to me, not worth it.
But I also know Vidit really cares for people around him. So maybe he will buy some gifts, expensive gifts for people.
क्या चाहिए भाई? Zoom in camera. Hard disk.
I don't want anything with it, right? Last time you gave me this, I have been put through really tough time. Guys, Vidit really felt at some point very magnanimous, and he said, Sagar bhai, I have to give you a gift, and brought Samsung watch for me.
Because you're such
And-
a Samsung fan, that's why I thought Samsung watch will go well with all your tech.
And I
That you
told
will get
to him-
all the updates on your watch,
Yes.
and then it was a bad move.
But no, it was normal move. I said, Vidit bhai, I cannot wear it because I don't wear watches. Here, please take it back. He's like, no, you will wear it. Then I said, I won't wear it. Then he thought I will wear.
Sagar bhai was so lazy, he never charged the watch, but he just wore the watch to make me feel good. It never worked. It never was switched on because there was no battery. He just wore it for the show. Just for me. Not to show anyone else. Just to show me that I'm wearing the watch. But it was no use.
No, it looks nice. A lot of people said it looks good on your hand. So maybe Vidit bhai will find some good gifts for his loved ones next time.
But now I know what to give Sagar.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
A hard disk. Because you have so much footage that you're always running out of
I'll tell
storage
you,
space.
the thing is, hard disk will
Also,
not. It's
hard
very
disk-
useful.
Also, hard disk doesn't need charging. So it can be used.
I'll tell you, hard disk is a very good thing, but it will not make me very happy because it will just be like I'll put in all the material. It doesn't. But a book is what real. It doesn't need charging anything. But I love reading books,
That
so
is
maybe book is the best.
That is true.
Like
One of the
whichever books you have given.
But
has
I'm a
changed.
very utility person.
Yeah.
So for me, when I see also tech, I see some utility which you don't see.
Yeah, no, I see. I use tech. Look, my room is filled with tech. But I'm not really very much like, oh wow, I want this tech. I need this.
I
Tech.
also thought of power bank, but then power bank also needs charging because you use your phone. Sagar Bhai's work requires internet, but when he goes to a foreign country, it doesn't take internet. He
Yeah,
wants
no,
to
that's-
be disconnected from the world
This is one of my small pleasures, guys.
while you're most connected.
Which is when
You live in a paradox.
When I go out of this hotel, I don't have internet. So for those few hours, no one can reach me wherever I reach the next internet milestone.
Oh, apparently Anish was in the chat.
Oh, Anish.
Anish got ignored like how?
AG. I don't think AG was here.
Yeah, everybody was saying, many people were saying Anish was there, but as usual we ignored Anish. Rightly so. Actually, if you send a link, Anish might join also.
Oh, yes. Anish is right now quite
Free. He has nothing to do.
uh,
All his chasable courses are doing well. He has money and time. Otherwise, why would he watch our stream?
just he loves chess
Sagar bhai,
based.
you use Google Meet?
No, this is working on
Zoom is being used, that's why. Imagine, Sagar bhai, the cameras you have put, suddenly the mic turns on, and then Arjun and Pragg listen to all the nonsense we are speaking.
I hope
Suddenly.
that would really be a disaster. Not just from what we are saying, but from all means.
Even they're like, Arjun must be thinking technical endgame. They must be thinking of all the intricacies that I'm trying to find here. And here we are thinking watch, Kirill, power bank, Anish, CA jokes.
Armu says, I think best gift for Sagar Bhai AI clone of himself who will do commentary when he is doing on ground coverage. Invest in some AI robot VD bhai. Actually, Vidit is very tech savvy. He loves tech.
Did you even take ChatGPT, this
Yes.
pro version? You
Yeah,
took?
because of you, I'm losing $20
Me
a month.
too. I'm also losing.
Why,
Because
please?
then- Because I
we had an amazing car journey in Uzbekistan when we were going to World Rapid and Blitz.
low volume. Anish is there, but low volume.
Oh, Anish came.
Where? Low volume, can't hear.
Oh, went down because I started that, right? The Google Meet.
So mute here, no?
But you said Anish is there.
No. I thought Anish is there and his volume is low. Can you mute it?
No, I'll just end it. I don't think he will come.
Okay.
Guys, is the volume okay?
Why does the volume go low?
Yes.
Check
all okay.
OBS, no?
It's fine now.
Oh, suddenly engine is showing some advantage. Why is it showing advantage? Oh my god, Sagar bhai. Look at the top choice of engine here. Unbelievable move.
What?
This would have been the move of the day.
Wow.
Move of the month.
Wow.
If Pragg had found this. Low volume.
Wait. Now it must be fine.
Yeah, now it's okay, but it's still low. Did you change some settings? See, Anish without joining also ruined everything. Like now it's okay, people are saying. Sagar bhai struggling with
I
tech.
wanted to write 99,
And
but it was not giving me.
now
So
it's
the
okay.
move that was now good. Guys,
Again low. Mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now it's okay, no? It's okay. It's slightly lower, but it's still okay. It's within range. We just have to speak loudly. Oh, it's fake, Anish.
of course, fake.
It's of course
He's
fake,
a
Anish.
mod here, of course. Knight G5.
Knight G5 was a very tough move.
What a move, yeah, this would be. But
Very tough move.
as it turns out, perhaps it's not even good. But the H pawn is a monster.
Yeah.
But anyway, Pragg said King E7.
94.
Knight came in. And why is this bad? I think it's still fine.
Yeah, it's still fine.
I think Arjun wants to go from here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Why Samay was going to come, no? Today, what happened?
Really? Can you call him? Devar Shah says bookmark from me for Vidit's book gift to Sagar Bhai. Arey Devarsh Bhai, thank you. Vidit has gifted me great books, but one book which made the biggest impact on me, which I then in turn have gifted to maybe 10 people already, is the book called Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. So when Vidit gave me that book, I was like, what would it be? Very curious, and I read it like in few days, and it became a great book for me. So very highly recommended. Vidit, you might also have some book recommendations for our people.
Since I got guitar, I've actually read less. So nothing new as such. And
He
also,
gave
I
me
don't
some
think
book
anybody
by-
reads book nowadays. I'll give recommendation, nobody will buy it. What's the point?
No, some one person may buy out of 4,700 and it will
Unlikely.
change his life or her life.
Unlikely. I don't think people read books as much anymore, sadly.
Himank is saying, आप लोग fiction क्यों नहीं पढ़ते? Himank bhai, that
Bhai-
was a phase in my life where I read it, enjoyed it. Harry Potter, Dan Brown, many.
I have
actually.
not read Harry Potter or watched Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
No, I have not watched.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice. You know what?
I don't think that is a sacrifice. You will find time for it. No?
That's what I think. But then they say now it's not the age to watch it.
I
In
will
childhood,
like
it's
it.
more fun.
I think there were many nice things in that. I still enjoy it. On many flights, I watch one part and I enjoy it.
You don't watch anything in its entirety. You fall asleep halfway. Halfway, nahi, first 20%. We are
Yes.
watching latent episode with Samay. After 20 minutes, Sagar bhai snoring and sleeping in the and then बीच में अच्छा भाई बहुत बढ़िया अच्छा मस्त episode
That says a
अरे
lot
very
about
funny
that says a lot
ऐसे
about
करके सो गए थे बीच में
my hectic. Oh, by the way, he took the knight.
oh he thinks in fortress he thinks but I don't like this decision even if it's draw I don't like this decision
Now, he can first move his knight here and attack,
because
right?
you know it's pawn and game
Okay, Vidit bhai, explain how you will think. I'll tell you how I think. I think first put your knight here, make this knight passive, then push the
Bhai,
pawn.
black will also put knight on f4
Ah, sorry.
if you put knight on g7 it's lost it cannot go passive I really don't like this decision of Pragg by the way
But why?
because in general one of the guidelines which they say is like knight endgames are like pawn endgames basically and in pawn game endgame having extra pawn is a huge advantage so knight endgames are very similar to pawn endgames and here the chances of conversions are significantly higher which of course Pragg knows but probably he thought that it's a fortress and white can't really improve because of the
What if Pragg, when his knight is here, goes this way and plays c5?
no white will go king a5 no? He'll not
So
allow.
he will not allow, because right now if he goes back and knight is not here, white king can come in. But
Arjun can you can sense from the body language also that suddenly Arjun feels that there is something in the position. Super alert suddenly. And he feels that there is something. Like he smells something.
Skanda Tyagi says, recently I have not been functioning at my full potential. Can you recommend me a book? Ooh. Wow, very interesting.
Meditation app, Black Lotus. It says unleash your potential. So
Okay.
Yeah, it's a perfect.
Not bad suggestion. I think you did it laughingly, but I think you believe it. Yes.
Yeah, I use it every day. It's been what 30 days since
Wow.
I've not missed. How much is that, Cyber? Maths.
4 years.
Is it 4 years complete?
No, not yet. Because 1200
It
plus
is
65 into 4 plus leap year 1 day. Because every 4 years.
65 into 4 कितना होता है?
So 261. So 1200 plus 261, 1461. Okay, closing in. In 4 months you will reach there. Oh, Srivatsa Harish yesterday made a super chat and everyone felt like they didn't understand anything about life. Today, but he seems he says met everyone but you too in Olympiad and GCL. Oh, you were there at both places. Started blogging about chess, travel and coding. First was about Olympiad, next one about how chess engine.
Oh, probably wrote more, but there was a word limit.
I think Srivatsa Harish, you should send me the
super chat.
No.
And complete the sentence.
No, send me your link to chessbaseindia at Gmail. We will publish if there's any good article on chessbase.in and share it with our viewers. Because the last super chat he sent was like how engines work, chess engines, and he wrote something which no one understood. So everyone was like, thank you.
Actually, there is this blog, I think chess-engines.blogspot.com, which is a hidden treasure. I think so that's the website where a lot of chess engines are analyzed, their style, play, everything. It's very interesting. By the way, somebody in the chat said that on higher depth, it's showing us +3.
Wow. On that, what is that? Sese chess,
yeah.
Just one says, Vidit, you should read Untethered Soul by Michael Singer if you haven't.
You have read, no, Sagar Bhai?
Yes, I have. But after a point, I have realized that all of these books have the same message, which I can actually essentially say in 2 lines.
What is it?
Which is that you have
+3.
+3. Wow.
That's not the message of the books, but
wow.
What's the message?
The message is to be in the present moment always.
That's actually very good.
Yes, and then you need various techniques, you need various things, and all of that are in different books. But if you can find your own way of doing it, then you are already sorted.
By the way, we should analyze it. I'm very curious how it's winning. So knight f4. I was going to leave, by the way, but then Pragg played bishop e4. Now
You are going to leave, I think, after 30 minutes only.
You know, one question. What would Surya play in this position?
Surya Ganguly.
Yeah.
Wait.
Chat, can
King
you guess what?
C5. Or you, why? You don't put it on Surya. You are the OG. Guys, I'll tell you, Vidit has gotten mated in one move twice. After that, Surya started working with him. He also got checkmated in 8 moves. Queen F2. This is not a Surya virus.
So now you should go king a5, stop the king from getting active. And now the question is, like, of course, black will try to exchange this pawn, like h4, h5, yeah, it's a weakness. So the question is, should you take it or should you play knight f5? I think knight f5, you keep the tension and you try to go active with the king. So let's say if he goes king b7 here, trying to stop the king, then you create a passer. So takes, and then you just go b4, b5, yeah, because the pieces are stuck. So black has to be super concrete. Like he cannot play slow moves.
91.
91 apparently suggested by engines.
C4.
Idea is probably to put knight on f3.
No, but that is not
knight
concrete,
d3.
right? Yeah.
It's
D3 maybe.
So if we play c4 here,
Yeah.
takes, and then it says put knight on f3. It's first of all not even clear. Maybe to play knight d2. How is this winning? Do we play b4? Then knight d2 is coming. So I have to defend the pawn. Knight d2, knight g7, knight f3. Now I have to exchange. Takes. Is this winning or not? It's not so clear.
Yeah. Looks closer to a draw, right? With such less material.
No, but it's pawn knight is like...
Pawn and knight endgame is like pawn endgame.
So here there was another option of playing c5. Knight d2. Knight g3, but again knight f3, takes, and now the king is more active there. By Samsung is telling you to update your software. Yeah, that's why iPhone is better. It doesn't give you prompts like this.
It updates on its own.
Yeah, in the night.
Which is bad actually. Whether I want to take or not is my choice.
No, it doesn't update. It downloads it, then you asks you.
Yeah, I don't have space for new download.
So here b4, and now knight f3. So he wants to play knight d2. So you defend the pawn knight f6. Now you just play b5, no? And technically this should be winning. Let's say king b7, b5, takes, knight d4, king c4. And now this is winning because knight d4, knight b4 comes. So the thing is, white's moves are kind of relatively forced. So knight g3 is the current position.
He played knight f4.
Knight f4, king a5 is the current position. Yeah. No, bishop e4 is such a shocking move by Pragg. Like, I cannot believe he played bishop e4. I really cannot believe. It's so unlike Pragg. Bhai, you need to charge your phone.
Yes, and now, yes, I will charge.
It's 8%.
Now you can see Arjun is very focused. He senses an opportunity. Yeah, he senses.
You don't go by Arjun's looks.
Yeah.
He might seem innocent, which he is, but he has a killer instinct when he plays.
Yeah. It's amazing, yeah, how Arjun switches. Like many people say you become what you are on the chessboard.
Yeah.
But in Arjun's case, I have not felt it. Like otherwise, he's very nice, calm. He also is very kind. He waits. He does not have that killer instinct at all.
Yeah.
But on the board, he gets it.
Yeah.
Very rare, yeah?
Yeah. Magnus is here. Why would Magnus be watching this stream?
Even if he's watching, he will not chat, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think Magnus watches your streams?
No, not all. But
sometimes.
Let's
he
say
must have tuned in, right?
Here I was commentating with David Howell, so maybe David is his good friend.
But for you, like, I think he checks ChessBase India videos.
Maybe.
He must be checking ChessBase India videos, no?
I guess there are many relevant videos. Now, let's say if something happened here yesterday, you have no other place to know exactly what happened, yeah?
I think he must be watching for sure.
But it would be amazing, yeah? Like if people are watching.
People are watching. Is Magnus watching? We can see that 5,300 people are watching. Dhey
says, Dhey Sony, you can write to us at chessbaseindia@gmail.com and then I can try to talk to you about it. Thank you.
Well, I don't think Magnus, I mean, he will never publicly he might have said also that he watches your streams. In your videos for sure, streams I don't know.
Yeah.
Videos for sure he must be checking out. All Anish Giri videos for sure. Also, I think some interviews.
I
He must
know,
be
but
curious
I know
to know.
one person who watches a lot, like
Anish
from
Giri.
top players.
Anish Giri.
Anish has stopped now watching too
What?
much. Like
Really?
earlier, he used to watch a lot, but now he watches in between. Like he has phases.
Okay, let me guess the other top player then.
Yes.
He's in top 10?
Almost, yeah, 10, 12.
10 to 12. Okay. So 10 to 12 means he's not all the like Wesley, so all this are gone.
Okay,
Oh, Ding Liren.
by the
No,
way,
Ding Liren
Hans
will-
Niemann watches everything. Like that day, he came on stream and said, I watch. And then he said everything about candidates, my vlogs, everything he knew. So he
Okay.
watches a lot.
Okay.
But I think the one guy who I am also a very big, I'm very happy that he watches.
Okay, let me think. Ding.
No, because I think it started with him being one of the parts of many of the videos before.
Okay, okay. Let me think. Let me think. He is part of the videos.
Yeah, many of them. And then I think he has said on record that many of the videos have inspired him to be like to play better. So then he now watches them. So I'm very happy.
He is not Indian.
He's Indian.
He's Indian.
Yeah. कितने हैं अभी टॉप 10 12 में इंडियन?
Pragg ही है.
Pragg.
Pragg ही है.
Pragg. Pragg said like when he was playing
Not
World
a good time
Juniors.
to advertise. Just when he played Bishop E4.
No, I'm not advertising.
Oh, he played 91, yeah, in the game. He played 91, no?
Yeah.
So now Arjun, will he play C4? C4, C5 is not easy decision. Because you can also consider this and then consider C4. Okay, it's the same, yeah. But there you win an extra tempo.
But also it's better to keep more pawns, no, if you're playing for a win.
No, but you have to create a passer.
No, I'm saying like instead of knight g3, let it be there and play c4.
Yeah.
So,
Play C4, takes, knight F3, C5. Force him to attack your pawn. And then when you don't have any other option, take it because now your tempo up. B4, B5 is coming. Knight F3, B5.
and you're
No, B5. Oh, no. First you have to bring the knight to F6. Because if he tries to stop your B5, he cannot.
king a6.
Now knight C2 is B5 and he's run out of moves. If king moves, king comes here.
Zugzwang.
Yeah. I think it's technically just winning.
It's
but he has
also
to
not
find
so
this
complicated, yeah, the win.
Well, over the board you are never sure, yeah, of everything. But the thing is, you
One
don't have many options.
This green box is where the game is.
Oh, C4 has been played, yeah?
Yeah. c4, bc, knight f3.
Now C5. Is the question, would you play C5? It's also committal move.
Because c5,
Ideally, you would want to
can
play
also do like king b4, c3 and then try for b4.
Actually, yeah, king b4 and also try to bring king to e3 is also planned, you would think, yeah?
Yeah.
But no, but knight d2 is immediate threat. Knight
Yeah,
g2,
but
knight
king-
f3.
king-
No, you don't have time.
Oh, knight d2, knight g3. No, knight g3,
Sorry.
why not?
Knight g3, knight f3 again,
And
no?
then yeah, take and now, but okay.
Yeah,
your
but king is going in the wrong
Yeah,
direction. Yeah?
yeah.
King should be here. No, bishop e4, I'm shocked by Pragg, yeah? I mean, completely shocking move. Where is the game? Knight f3, no?
So the move that Vidit is talking about, for all those who are not aware, is here where the bishop took the knight, because here the engine was showing very close to equal, but the moment he took,
No,
After
not because
this-
of that. Just like giving the bishop
of
for
course,
one
I'm
knight.
just explaining from
Yeah,
the
like
perspective.
you could go more active in general because bishop is very useful and two knights, like why would you give up your bishop for a knight in this endgame? And now it becomes much harder for black. Maybe technically it's lost also.
We are at knight f3, and
Yeah.
this is
How
move
much time?
45,
It's very
and
critical.
Pragg has 9 minutes to make 5 moves.
Arjun also.
Arjun has 11 minutes. The chess lover in Vidit has awakened, it feels, yeah, right now. He's the chess fan right now.
It's mostly
Chess viewer.
dormant. Mostly dormant.
Yeah, sometimes it
It
rises.
doesn't exist here.
No, it rises. Right now I see that glint in your eye.
Because it got interesting, no? Suddenly the game.
Yeah.
Magnus is streaming. What? It's a joke, yeah? People
Magnus
keep playing
again,
jokes
Magnus
on you,
again.
no?
Yes. No, if you give any attention to one point very deeply, then but I don't pay much attention to anything unless they say something like, oh, something big happened, and then. So right now, Pragnananda is looking completely focused. Kaushik Jagadesan says, discuss why King A6 was winning instead of C4 and why is it a draw now? Huh? He's saying that
King A6 was winning. I also thought C4 was most natural move. Oh, it was winning. Shit, it's very complicated, man. Chess. Very annoying. Knight F3 and now B4 and then you play B3 C4. Oh, if you just wait, you play B3 and then C4. Okay, this was tough, huh?
crazy.
This was tough.
King A6 is why but to play. Why can't you start with B4, C3?
King B7, no? And your king is trapped, isn't it? King B7 is one of the moves. Yeah, King B7. Yeah, your king is trapped. Suddenly knight on B3. Last night we were playing Bug House, and then I see all these things. Yeah.
But Arjun did go C5 in the game. He played here take, knight F3 and C5. Just what you were analyzing.
Yeah.
Guys, what I have seen is when top players analyze games, they generally say the moves first thing what players are playing on the board, because they think a little bit similar, like, okay, there is difference of thinking amongst all top players, but there's generally one path, which is like a more human way.
Yeah, logical. 5,500 people are watching.
Yes.
Is it usually this much or no?
Yesterday we hit 4.9k.
Okay.
Today is the highest in this tournament.
Okay.
So actually yesterday we were having the most fun in your game with Arjun. It was reaching like not. You were not having and also because of Pragg Vishy. Pragg Vishy also, not to make it clear. And we were reaching like high, and suddenly light went, internet went, lag happened, booth stories started, moves started not coming. So yeah, I hope today will be not like that. We have a super chat here by Gopalakrishnan Sivaraman. Thank you, Gopalakrishnan ji. Rana says, Vidit sir, I like your character attitude and behavior so much I can't explain in words.
Thank you. But try to explain in words. I would like to know. Now I have to imagine.
Oh. Pragg is now down to 6 minutes 46 seconds. He has to make 5 moves. Wow. People are saying Vidit Bhai is more funny than Samay.
Could you be? Could you be? I wish.
Guys, Samay actually did something very special recently.
Samay is, by the way, doing comedy in English. Here, he's trying out. Like, I actually messaged him.
So, as Vidit explained, the idea is to push the pawn forward, create a passer, and then you are better. So, Pragg has to be very, very careful about where he moves his knight next. The best chance is to attack this pawn, which he does. He plays knight d2. And now Arjun very quickly brings his knight back to defend this. And now, very important moment is if you give a check, king b4, knight b2, then knight h5, and this might be, but this might be a draw with it by. This line we thought too risky, right? Like to give the H pawn.
No, but how the b2 pawn disappeared?
So it was, this is the position. Now black to play. I give a check.
King b4.
Take.
King c3.
You are not taking h5 first.
I'll try to trap the knight if I can, but I cannot.
Check.
Yeah. King c4, knight b2, king b3. No, there's no escape. Yeah, I have to go for the pawn.
So then you go here and you take, and then I take this, and maybe Pragg survives.
King
yeah?
c4.
Knight f2.
Knight f6. King d8, king e7, just in time. Yeah. Only move.
Oh. h5.
King e7. Knight d7. King d7, h7 is coming. Knight e4. Okay, king f6 and draw. No, king f6, h6 loses. King f8 only move. And then you give the knight for c5 pawn and you go with the king there. Wow.
So somehow Pragg will save himself here. But he goes king b7, which was a big blunder.
He goes king
I think
b7.
final blunder by Pragg.
Yeah, b4, b5 is just now unstoppable.
Actually, Pragg is played this endgame a little weirdly, yeah, not up to his strength.
Yeah, he has. He generally, this is one of his strengths. But, you know, the problem is, he's very good, of course.
Yeah.
But it's much easier when you're better. Defensive, the line is thin, yeah, between good moves.
Yes.
And here, I think the eventual pressure got to him. Plus, this format doesn't allow you to
sink in.
No, it forces you to play fast. So accuracy, of course, takes a toll.
Yeah.
With increment is totally different than without increment. And this time control, you have to play faster, more practical, and defense becomes much harder. Okay, Arjun will play b4. I mean, if he doesn't play b4, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, he will. It's the most natural move. We had someone who contributed on Rana did give the reason why you are all the things, why you are nice. Actually showing respect to seniors, being nice with fans and other people, and also you are very soft spoken.
Thank you.
So,
you finally found words. Yeah?
Before.
No, but thank you, I appreciate it.
Secret Santa, thank you for your support on helpchess.org 200. And Badri, thank you for supporting through 200 rupees. Thank you for becoming believers of Indian chess. And now b4 played by Arjun. He's found the best move. He's playing brilliantly. Vidit bhai, I had one question because this game will end now. What if India has its own tournament like US Championship where Gukesh, Arjun, Pragg, you...
I think there should be, because
now top 10
Indian Championship, if you see, no top player plays in Indian Championship. And now apparently Indian Championship has a lot of value because 7 spots from Indian Championship qualify for World Cup, which nobody knew about. 7 spots. So the top 7 who finished in this current national championship are qualified to World Cup.
7?
Top 7.
How?
Because Russia became part of Asia, so the number of seats have changed. And now India is its own zone.
So this year from women nationals, 3 got spots.
I don't know about women. I know about the open section. 7.
And it already finished?
It already finished. Nobody knew about it.
I thought only winner got.
No. 7 spots. And the funny thing is, those 7 are qualified to World Cup. But I'm not sure if I'll play World Cup because I'm counting on rating.
Oh.
So it's a bit strange, the format. The formats are so complicated that players themselves are unaware.
Wow.
They keep changing.
We should have we should
just need a YouTube channel just for this, for just to explain FIDE rules.
Yeah.
One channel.
But okay, like just that aside from the qualification, but just from a perspective of knowing who the best player for that year in India is for that tournament.
Yeah, we need that.
And what do you think?
And it will also
should be the first.
It will have so much prestige
for that. Like, what should be the first prize, approx?
I don't think less than 1 CR. Nowadays I think.
But 1 CR, yeah, that's too much, no?
Of course. Hey, no, nothing is too much, man. What do you think? It's not.
No, I mean, I'm seriously thinking of at least putting it out there, that people can put this together. Of course, every player will have to come and play and dedicate, but it will be a super tournament.
Yeah. No, I think that can be figured out. decent prize
And
money.
then one spot
because
from...
it's like a super tournament. So here there will be no appearance fee if it's a national championship. So you compensate it by
with
higher prize
money,
fund.
yeah.
And you see international standards, and you put it accordingly. Like maybe Grand Chess Tour. It's a level of Grand
Or
Chess
maybe
Tour.
the current US championship.
Yeah, current US championship. You follow that and.
Yeah.
But why should we always follow US? We should have our own thing.
No, I'm just they have started something where
Yeah.
all the top players are playing.
Yeah,
So
but they
could
are
be a
also
good way to
incentivized
begin.
to play it because their entire coaching training is sponsored by Singfield.
Yeah, by St. Louis.
By St. Louis Chess Club. I mean, indirect by Singfield, who is running it. So they have.
So it's
they are
everything tied
it's
in.
tied up. Yeah, so you cannot be looked at only individual thing. So everything is sponsored. Coaching, training, stay. That's why everybody stays in St. Louis, whoever is there.
Yeah.
Fabi, they are given a house. They stay there and everything.
So
but okay, it's a start. It should start somewhere with a reasonable price fund.
Reasonable price fund and everyone plays. And
Okay, I think he'll play knight d4 here. The
it
question
will
is,
be
how do you
huge.
play after knight d4? Do you take on h5?
Yeah, why not? It's
No,
a
knight
free
f3,
pawn, right?
No, knight f3. And then do you go b5? Or do you play knight f5, knight g3, b5? Okay, b5, no?
B5.
Knight h4. Knight g7 only move. Okay, tough, yeah?
But why?
Understand. Apparently to bring knight to e6 and then knight d8 is forcing you to take on b5. Okay, once you reach the position, maybe you can figure out. But until you reach there, it's not so clear.
By the way, Arjun has chopped off the pawn.
Knight
Pragg
f3
has
played.
played knight f3. So we are here.
Critical
And
moments.
b5 is the best move.
Yeah, 7 spots when top 7 players didn't play. Yeah, indeed. The funny thing is the people who played the tournament also did not know that they are qualifying for World Cup.
Yeah. No, I'm
so much ambiguity when it
I mean,
comes to rules.
generally, I would be aware of this, but I'm not sure. I also didn't know. So
Finally, I have something which I know more than Sagar Bhai.
Hare bhai. Night end games.
No, outside technical chess. That I knew. But is it so clear? Like b5, knight takes h4, knight g7.
I was also thinking, yeah, okay.
And like, let's say you try to attack this pawn on so knight e6 only move. Now you threaten to play knight d8, so you have to capture. King b5. Let's say knight d2. You attack this pawn. c6, king c8. How do you win this? Knight g5 only move. King c7 and now king.
Yeah.
So I have to attack this pawn from somewhere like knight on c3, and this would be a zugzwang.
Yeah. No, but then I can.
So can I show this?
I can
like
triangulate, right?
No, wait. If this was the position.
Yeah.
This is a zugzwang, no?
Can I not go king c4 here?
King c4. I
No.
to
King
d1.
is on c7. White to play, right?
And then knight e4, bhai.
Oh yeah.
So knight on c3 would be draw because it would stop the king from coming here, but you cannot reach there. From h4 you cannot reach to c3 in time. c3, but I am bad with arrows or direction in life, in chess. Is this a what? What? Arjun missed it. Arjun played knight f6.
What?
Arjun missed it.
Arjun did not play knight g7 here to go to e6.
Oh.
He plays.
What?
Arey,
51st move. He had time.
He had more than enough time. He had one.
No, after 50 moves, you get additional 30 minutes.
Yeah. So he had actually 1 hour.
No, he had 30 minutes.
No, bhai, look at this. He had 37 minutes.
Yeah. So he could have waited and figured out, oh my god, too much rush. Oh my gosh. Apparently, it's still better, but is it winning? Like that one was quite clear. Knight f3. How do you win this? Because now you cannot force him to take. That was the difference with knight on e6.
Actually, I'm surprised that even if you push your pawn to b6 now,
Yeah.
like with it here, b6, you can get knight d6 also some point, right?
Oh, then it's winning apparently if you get this.
Then
So I have to continuously keep attacking the pawn on e4. I cannot leave it. So king a6. And now what if I run with the king? Then you will play knight e6. Oh my gosh. Today's lot of mistakes, huh? in endgame. Like this one, I'm surprised because he had time. If you don't have time, it's a different story, but I'm really surprised.
Today Arjun is playing this endgame and Pragg both are making errors. B5 now, very important moment for Pragg to play knight f3.
I think he'll
But
play.
Pragg is 30 minutes now,
No,
and I think
he
Pragg
will
is
play
the
because
guy.
there is no option. What else if you don't play knight f3? You have to play knight to f3. No other move. Because no other way to attack e4. Only square is to attack from here.
True.
There is no other square where from you can
Yes.
attack. So it's no chance. Okay. I think I should leave.
Where are you going? Guys, I think today we had like a bonanza with Vidit. Like generally, to find Vidit in such relaxed frame of mind, be able to talk with him is not rare. Is rare. Sorry, and like generally, even when I'm at home and he's at home, he has generally so many things to do. So today he took out time and came here. So एक बार VDOP हो जाए chat में for Vidit sparing time here, and also he's on the road from 2 months now.
Yes. Too much travel.
Did it start with Olympiad or anything was there before it also?
Before Olympiad also I played World Rapid Blitz
Team.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you chat. I think on this note I should leave.
So you think
I would
this
have
will
stayed,
end
but
in
now
a
the
draw?
time added, yeah.
This will end in a draw. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Seeing you text on.
So, I think this will end in draw, and the time got added. If it was time pressured, I would have stayed. But now they'll take time. So I'll join. I think evening you have a match, right?
Yes. Bye. Some tips before I play today. So one of the
Don't
things
be
which
yourself. So when is your match?
5:30 p.m. London time, which is 10 p.m. Indian time, and 5 o'clock match starts here. So I was just thinking that my match will last for 2 hours roughly.
5 p.m. here.
So I can
So
play
the 5 p.m. is also the rounds beginning
yes,
time, no?
5. So 5:30 here.
5:30.
So I will set up this, and in the same stream only I will do the match, and once match ends I can start my.
What do you mean same stream?
Like I will play. They wanted us to stream also this match of me and Tanya, so I'll do it in the same stream, in WR chess stream.
So do you need something from me at that time?
Well, I will be most. So if I do that, then my match would come on this. But in case if I do two different things, then maybe if you can handle it for 2 hours, that would be great.
Mhm.
But also, if you have some plans, please don't. Oh, by the way,
You should figure out after the game, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can have lunch. Anirudh Saikia says, Vidit, पूकी जैसा फेस बनाकर रोस्ट क्यों फेंका
आपने?
आपने?
It's a reference to latent, yeah.
Nice.
Finally, somebody saw the joke. One joke which I had in the cut. Oh, भाई आप कैसे 4 घंटा इधर ही एक ही जगह पे? I got like
Cramps, huh?
Cramps.
Yeah. It's my superpower to sit.
But I had fun, Sagar bhai. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Vidit bhai, for
Yes.
coming. Bye.
Enjoy. How do you do it day
Bhai,
in, day
there is
out?
one
यार?
big
It's not
burger
easy.
is there.
By yourself, how you do? रात का बर्गर अभी तक खाया नहीं है. अरे भाई मुश्किल है. चलो. See you.
See you, bye. See you, bye.
I think I should get a key to this room only.
You can just knock. I'll open. Don't worry. Bye. Bye. Guys, Vidit is has just left, but the amount of insights that he showed here were immense. He managed to take us through the game in his fun way, generally without making it look very deep, pointing out the critical moments, having those nice talks, and so on. And right now you can see the spring in Pragnananda's step. And yeah, I'll change the camera now to myself here. And oh, we have a help chess believer. Kya baat hai? Archana ji, thank you so much for becoming a believer on help chess. Okay, so that's what Vidit was saying, that the knight will come here and attack this pawn. White has to find a way, and one of the way was to play b6. But now I think Arjun is thinking whether he should go b6 or not. Oh, he played b6. Bye bye bye. Mera move Arjun bhai ne kiya hai. Now the only way to hold here is knight to g5, because you attack here, as Vidit rightly pointed out, you have to keep an eye on this pawn. You cannot let that go. And it's a draw. But if Pragg tries to keep an eye from the other side, then king comes here, attacks this, and then eventually check and this. Sagar bhai, you could bring Vishy sir also on latent, says Shibam Das. Bhai Shibam Das, if you would have asked, you could bring Vishy sir to this commentary here, maybe I could have tried, but to latent, bit too much, yeah. With whom will you be playing, Sagar bhai? I will be playing with my teammate Tanya Sachdev, and we will be taking on James Canty and Levi Rosman. Will Pragg, you can see how Pragg is thinking, yeah, there. Very cool. He's like, should I go here or here? Because clearly, if he does nothing, this is a big threat. Check, and the king will be pushed back, and then the white king will come in. Levi is too strong, says Kao. Yeah, I agree. But Tanya is also in good form. So Levi and Tanya will cancel out each other. Me and Canty will be there next to them. So yeah, it will be fun. Actually, I'll tell you the truth. This match is something that Tanya was very interested in, and she was like, "Let's do it well." And I really wanted to do well. She is also a very great friend, and I in general enjoy playing alongside her, or whenever we analyze and stuff. But somehow this entire schedule has been so packed since the Olympiad and the GCL and now this. I couldn't get much time to prepare much. So yeah, just going to enjoy myself and see what comes out of it. AG says, great narration. Arey, AG, thank you for your super chat. And all the best for your match today. Can you remove the poll? Okay, let's remove the poll now. Because yeah, the poll, I remember someone telling me it's very irritating. 55% for Arjun. Okay, 33% for Pragg. आज लेवी और कैंटी को धो देना सागर भाई. We need Don Shah attitude. हाँ भाई. You know, when I play chess, like, Pragg found knight g5. That's a great move by Pragg. Now it's a draw. When I play chess, I still go back to my old ways, of living life. Because that's how I played chess for more than 20 years. From 2000 to 2017. 17 years of chess I played. Almost every year, a lot of tournaments. So there are certain patterns which are created. One of them being my stomach starts to feel a little bit of uneasiness. Then I feel like, oh, what will happen if I lose? And sometimes you start to make chess what you feel about yourself, something like that, like. And so I was thinking that today would be different. It is slightly, but let's see. By the way, if Arjun has to try for a win, I was thinking of one idea. King a5. He has knight e6 attacking here. Okay. Because if he doesn't do that and moves the knight somewhere else, I mean, there are still some hope. Check and I will win, because pawn takes and I will have two passers threatening this. So the bars still feel that it's winning. Yeah, maybe. Interact. When did you clear CA exams? Says Varun. 2011 November I gave the exam. 2012 Jan was my result. Yeah, this 1.57 is misleading at the bar. It's actually a draw. But let's see. Let's see. How about a knight sack on d5 instead of pawn push, says Krishang Gupta. You mean here? Just play knight d5. Yeah, interesting move, yeah, Krishang. So if you take, you want to take back and then have these 3 pawns. Somehow this is a draw. Not so clear. Let's say knight d4. VG Bhai Aryan says I'm 22. Is it too late for me to start chess and reach maybe 2500 or someday play Carlsen? VG Bhai is not here anymore. So perhaps I can try and answer this question. And my answer to this is to not keep huge aims like these when you are beginning. You can have it somewhere at the back of your head, but to keep mini milestones in general in your life, chess career, that okay, I want to play this, I want to gain online rating, I want to then play my first tournament and so on, and then from there take it forward. Because when you have a very huge goal in front of you, like even when you are going to climb the Everest, the greatest of explorers or climbers just make small things like let's first get to the first base camp or then the second and then the third and so on, like that. So maybe it's best to approach it that way, I guess. King a5 played by Arjun, and now that was the move that we were analyzing. Now knight e6, very important for Pragg, because and that he will find even in half sleep state, because if you don't do that then he's just coming in like this. But yeah, very good match, yeah, like this one, very very close, very competitive match that they played. Knight e6 played by Pragg. He comes back, king b4, and once again knight g5 important because this is again a threat. So again an easy move for Pragg. Where to see your match? I will do it on. I will do the match on our channel only. Yeah, it'll be there. I just will come back, guys, in a second. Just will go to the washroom. Again, a tough moment now for Pragg actually, but not that tough, I feel, because think of it this way. this knight has to remain here to attack this pawn. This knight has to kind of remaneuver itself, correct? So this must remain here. The king has to move. Now if you move your king here, there's going to be a... It's actually the best move. My thinking was king c8 should be a good move. But king c8 loses. Wow. Because of knight e8. Very tough. Not very tough, but very logical. Knight e4, check, takes. And now I have two passers. And you can't attack either of them. And I'm just going to win this pawn first and then win. So only move is king b8. That is the difficulty of this position. King d8, king d3, you immediately go and attack this pawn. King c4, you immediately come and attack this pawn. If he tries to win a pawn here, oh, I have to not play king b7, I have to play king c8. What? No way. No way. Take king b7. I don't have to take this pawn. If you save here, I go here. You come here, I attack here. If you come here, I attack here. Oh my god. What a defense. What a defense. Insane. Okay. Basically, Pragnananda's task is not easy, guys. Guys, let's zone in. Let's zone in. This is crazy. Crazy stuff. It's not like a given. So the thing is, firstly, Pragg has to find the only move here, which is king b8. Because king c8 loses to check and check. A knight e8 and check. So he plays this. Then I have two options as white. I can either go here, check and take this, or I can defend this. The second option is discarded because the moment I defend this, you attack this. So I come here, you attack this. Right? So I then say, let me go here. Let me go check. And now is the key moment where you need to not play king b7. Because of takes, knight e4, and you think like, okay, this is done. But knight f7 threatening this, and there is no move that black has, because black king moves, I have knight d6 or knight d. Let's say I go king c8, knight d6 check and trade. Otherwise I'm going knight d8 and winning this. Spicy. Oh, he blunders, right? He goes king a6. Pragg blundered. Yeah, it was very tough. It was very tough. He blunders there. King b8 was the only move. He plays king a6 and now Arjun is back winning. This might be the final blunder, I feel. Let's say, I don't know what move to make. Because again, the same thing, yeah. If you come here, it's this. So, I want to start with knight d7, let's say. Attacking here. Oh, maybe I know what. Okay, firstly you want to defend is one option. But if you take here, we reach this position. I'm attacking this, you have to go back. And I do this, the same idea. The same idea, guys. The main point here is to somehow get this knight to this square, to d6, without losing these pawns. It's a very tricky situation, which actually Pragg could not handle it in the best possible way. It was very difficult, I would say. Now I don't think Arjun will miss this. But you can see, guys, without the bar, these positions are so difficult to think over the board. Yes, I really struggled with knight endgames because I really found to calculate knight jumps very tough. But I think for top players, it's not a big deal. But here, It is the most complicated endgames, I would say, one of the. But these two players have today made maybe more errors in one game than perhaps they would make in like 5 or 6 games put together. That's the number of small little errors or mistakes they are making. So not particularly a game with very high, accuracy, but a very, very important game from a competitive perspective. You can see there Pragg walking around. He's trying to sort of calculate in his head. And for Arjun, maybe the toughest part in this calculation could be knight d7, knight e4, knight e5. Now he's attacking this pawn. So if check here, king d3, knight b3. No, check here, I can go king. Yeah, king. Maybe check is possible. Check. King b4, king b7. Knight c4. Oh, and I'm coming here. It's so beautiful. Oh, I was just looking how to get my knight here to d8, but then maybe the king can stop it. But if I go from c4, you have to trade. Otherwise, if you move away, I give a check and I win this pawn and I'm winning. That's how tricky these endgames are. We have a super chat by Mervin who says, you were just mentioning of setting goals for people starting late. Do you have any examples of some great players starting late? Not really, but I'm very especially inspired by one of my team members in our who works with us at Chessbase India. His name is Karthik, and he is right now, I think he's 93 born, so he's 31, and he likes chess a lot. So he used to work on it on his own, maybe with some trainer. Sometimes, I would spend some time, and right now he got his rating, first step in that direction. And yeah, he's that kind of a person who takes it step by step, and I think he's enjoying his journey. Next, maybe he'll go to play a tournament outside Mumbai, then outside. So yeah, he is Arjun gonna hit 2800 if he wins this? Not yet. He's 2794. A win with Pragg should get him 4.5 to 5 points. So maybe he reaches 2798 or 99. Maybe if he wins the evening round, he would hit it. Yes, Tata Steel Chess India is happening this year, guys, from 12th to 17th of November. It is right before the World Championship match. And I think all top Indian players will play there. Some great names outside India will also come. So it remains is India's top-notch event, along with now Chennai Grandmasters, which is classical. So, things building up slowly, and more people coming into chess, bringing in more diverse abilities. That is the most beautiful part of this. That you have more stakeholders, like MGD1 is doing the tournament, Game Plan is doing the Tata Steel, and I love that part there, where there are more and more. Right now the inter college tournaments are happening, inter university. King d3 played by Arjun, best move. It's done by Chesscom India. So more and more stakeholders coming into chess is good for the game. No, Arjun hasn't hit 2800 yet. Not in live ratings, not in published ratings ever. I think it's all very there is no, I don't know, a fixed rule how many points you get for every win you make. But imagine that if Arjun beat Vidit yesterday, he got 4 points and Vidit was 2726. So if he beats Pragg, I'm assuming he would get Yeah, by the way, he attacks this pawn and Arjun plays this, defending here, attacking here. So I believe if he beats Pragg, he would get 4.5 points because Pragg is slightly higher rated than Vidit, or maybe 4.3 to be precise. And he's 2794.3, so that would make it 2798.6. That is what Arjun's live rating would be after this win. But also in the next game, I feel Arjun will have the qualification spot in mind to the finals. So I don't think he will like go all out, which means he might draw if possible. I mean, Pragg will go all out to beat him. But if that does not work out, draw, and then Arjun loses perhaps 0.5 or 0.6. So maybe then he remains 2798. And then the first game that he wins with Alireza or MVL, he crosses 2800. That would be like an epic thing. If he wins this event, crosses 2800, and also tops the FIDE circuit, I think that would be just the perfect thing for Arjun. Yes, his live rating is 27. His published rating as on FIDE is 2797. But because he lost to Edis Gurel, he lost 7 points. Then he gained back some with his wins over Bodhana, Vidit. Then he's right now 2794 and now will reach 2798. Yeah. Mayur Gondarekar with the calculation saying Arjun will get 4.3. Draw will lose him 0.7. Nice. Thank you, Mayur, for those insights. King b7 played by Pragg here. How to win? Because if you move the knight, I lose the pawn, which is very important for me. So one idea is to come back, and he did, and he went back. And now it's time to attack this. Yeah, this is what Arjun has calculated, I think, precisely. Knight e5, take the pawn. He takes your pawn, and then you play knight here. And the idea is I want to give a check and win this. And if you stop it, then I have check and I win this endgame. You know, like for example, king c8, I have check and I win. So knight g5 played here. Guys, all those who are asking if this win will take Arjun across 2800, his live rating is not 2797. By the way, take and knight f7, and there you can see Pragg knows that the writing is on the wall. He knows that this position is gone. And yeah, Pragg got his chance actually, but it was too tough for him to figure out all the intricacies, and he blundered and he lost this now. I think there is no going back anymore. He might even resign this game pretty soon. Let me see how it looks on the big screen. If I can maybe take you guys there. Show you. Yeah, there we have like the full view of what's happening here. And you know that Arjun knows he's winning. Also for Arjun, beating Pragg is not really a very happy thing because he's a very close friend of him. Although he would always fight with him on the board. That's one more beautiful thing about them. They don't really say that, oh, we need to be like very good friends, so we shouldn't fight and all. They are fighting each other, but I mean, it's not like a very happy moment for him. So he'll just take it in his stride and move along, with this win. There you see him getting up, walking around. We have Janek there, who is the fair play officer from Poland. We have the chief arbiter Shore Bayat from Iran, but now England, lives in England. Okay, maybe if you want the board here, then I can do tuck, tuck, and tuck. Let's see if that helps. So there you have the board. He plays a check here, knight d2 on the board. But king b4 does the job done. Yeah, he plays king b4, the most natural move in the position. Remember that when the king is one square diagonally away from the knight cannot check it for the next 3 moves. King c8, knight e5, king b7, and now Arjun finds knight c4. Fantastic move. If the knight is traded, white wins. The king enters from here. And otherwise, the knight jumps in here, gives a check, and you pluck the pawn. So, yeah. Two 2798.6 event. Knight e4, check, king a6. Are there any final tricks left? Well, Pragg is coming in with a check here, but I think before that Arjun will give a check or play king c4. Pragg still fighting. 4.3 points is what he will get. Himang says, but if Pragg goes for a win, next round Arjun will also get his chance. True, true. That is true. Now next he wants to give a check here and bring his king in. That is his idea. It will be interesting to see Arjun in super tournaments like Tata Steel and GCT. That's true. That's true. Everyone's excited and everyone believes Arjun belongs there. I actually went to the Bermuda party recently at the Olympiad, and everyone, because Arjun was there, he came to just chill. Everyone was talking about him. He was the celeb there because there was no Magnus, there was no Hikaru, no Fabiano. So Arjun was the big celebrity, and Pragg resigns there. And everyone was so much in awe of Arjun. Like, how is he gaining ratings so much with ease? What is the secret? So Arjun wins, Pragg resigns, and I think they are not discussing much here. I think Pragg is exhausted with this game. Because generally you will see them analyzing, Pragg saying, oh, I should have played this. But there's another game to be played, and right now it's time for them to get things together. Pragg is not particularly pleased with his play perhaps here. And Arjun also gets up and they both leave. And go in different directions. So yeah, it is a very tense moment here for Pragg, who would like to get back in this match. Meanwhile, Alireza Maxim drew. So now Alireza will have white pieces in their second game, which will start at 5 p.m. Pragg will have white pieces to equalize the score. Let's see if that happens. For now, guys, thank you all for joining in. Next match is at 5 p.m. local time, so 9:30 p.m. Uh, Indian time. But I'll also stream my match with Tanya and Levy and James. So maybe I'll do it in the same stream. So perhaps those 2 hours in between, you might have to watch me instead of Arjun and Pragg, which is pretty bad trade-off if you ask me. But then again, I'm just one person, and maybe if Vidit decides to stream, then maybe I can have a separate thing. Let's see. Let's see. Chalega, people are saying chalega, chalega. Separate stream would be nice, says people. Yeah, I could, but then it's like too many setups, you know. I already have like so many things. I didn't know. I don't know. Maybe we will decide. We'll decide. If Vidit is there, then we'll ask him. Okay, 2798.6 is Vidit's sorry, Arjun's live rating. Whew, 2798.6. Wow. Just let's wrap our heads around that number for a while before we move ahead. And 2798.6 is just 1.4 elo points away from 2800. It's very close to Caruana, Hikaru, and Magnus. This boy is just creating magic, absolute magic with his play. And I'm very, very amazed with the way he's playing. So a big kudos and shout out to him. And also full strength for Pragg to give his best in the next round, so that there can be an interesting Armageddon perhaps, which we get to witness. Who knows? Let's keep tuned. Let's stay tuned. For now, Sagar Shah signing off, guys. Bye bye.